Hello everyone and welcome back to another stream. Today we're going to be focusing on EU West. I went in, I did the tutorial, I can play custom games now, so we're all set, we're all good. Yesterday we did a little bit of this on North America and a lot of you were like, hey, how about EU West? So we're going to hit you guys up this morning. NA, you'll get the afternoon slot at 4:30. Right now, we're going to focus on EU. Give you guys some love on this beautiful EU's day. So, hello, everybody. I'm Zirene, if you don't know who I am. I work for ProGuides. And today, like I said, we're going to be doing some silver, gold games. And a lot of this is just for you guys, you know. If you guys have questions throughout the stream, we'll be able to answer them in the chat. Also, you know, if you can keep it a little bit relevant to the game, that'd be awesome. But I do answer off-topic questions sometimes. We're going to be doing, I think, 2 of these games here today. I don't think I'm going to play today because, you know, when you start a new account, you only have Ghost and Heal. So I don't really have Smite to jungle, and I don't really have Flash. So I don't really want to play a game like that, you know. I'm sure you guys have made a Smurf at some point, and you've been like, I don't know why I don't have Flash. Also, I can't make my runes or anything like that. They're all like preset. I don't know what that is, but it's whatever. Can unranked players play? So, I believe what we're doing later in the day for North America is we're doing Iron and Bronze, and tomorrow I might do EU with Bronze or Iron. So. Is Pike good? Yes, he is. He's quite good. New player stuff sucks. It does. I understand that they're trying to, you know, they're trying to streamline things, make it a little bit easier for new players. How do I participate in the coach? This would be more of like, you know, password. No, this is gonna be you guys are dropping your names, your IGNs in the chat if you are from EU. And what I do is I go through and I check if you are a real player of that skill level, because if we got somebody who's like smurfing a bit, like this dude, Nuclear Shark 69, Silver 2, 24 wins, 15 losses. His misfortune KDA is about 6.0. He averages only 2.7 deaths a game, but 8 kills and 8 assists. So you're definitely going to be higher than Silver 2. I'm just telling you that. You're probably at least high gold, maybe plat. Especially if you found misfortune, you're like playing with her, you know. Because like this account's so new that your true MMR hasn't come out, in my opinion. So you can take that as a compliment. All right. Let's see. Spooks. It's the same thing with this one. I don't know what's gonna happen with Spook's account because he's got like that 63% win rate and like 11 kills, almost 12 kills on a collie. Dude, you're nutty. You're actually nutty. Let's see. Alright. Test 16. Man, maybe just all the people on EU are just so good, you know? Maybe I'm just used to all the NA. Maybe it's hard to find, you know, the gold players here. and all you gold players. Maybe I'm just used to, you know, seeing gold players not have good stats or silver players not have good stats. Maybe that's just how it is. Test 16. Okay, you are US there. Come on. Ooh, test 16. Yeah, same thing with this guy, test 16. He's got like a 6.0 KDA on Pike. He only averages 4 deaths a game, but 16 kills and an 82% win rate. So yeah, my friend, you are not gold 1. You are not gold 1 with a 71% win rate. You are at least platinum 3, platinum 2, like higher than that for sure. Like, guys, stop giving me your Smurfs. You know, stop. This is legitimate. The point of this game isn't to like stomp your buddies at ProGuides. You know, the point of this is to like have actual like silver and gold players play. Why is that not working? Oh, do I have to? Okay. Fanatic lazy. Wait, why is that? Why does it do that to me? Why is that not coming up? All right. Let's. Okay. I found another one. You a good Master Yi player, but you got that silver 4, 49% win rate. So you look legitimate to me. Now, I'm sorry that this takes a little bit of time, guys. This takes a little bit of time, but if I do this now, we will be avoiding a situation where the game is just fun for maybe 1 or 2 people in it, and then not very fun for everyone else. So for the sake of everybody's enjoyment, I kind of have to like sift through names, you know. So in the meantime, while I do that, I want to ask you guys, how have you guys been? You know, what have you guys been doing to, you know, stay entertained during all of this? I know the pandemic is happening, and I've just been trying to climb, you know, on one of my accounts. Like, it's funny because like I play on a secret account that I don't like to talk about, and that one's really high. But then like my plat account is like hard stuck. I'm like hard stuck plat on my Zirene account. It's actually like pretty depressing. So it's mostly because I play like Rek'Sai and Rammus on that one, and I just try to like, you know, it's not that I try to have fun. I'll be legitimate. I try to carry some of those games, but people just don't pay attention to what I'm doing on my team, so I can never invade. You have to play something that like when you invade, it has to be able to do it by itself, you know? It has to be able to get in and get out by itself. And actually do the whole job. Oh, okay. Why so mad? You're like at least a platinum player. I like that you guys are, you know, are dropping those IGNs though. Like, remember this is EU West. I'm getting a lot of non-EU West games here. Are you gonna play on OCE? Ooh. I don't know. That's a good question. My worry with that would be, are there enough OCE people that would play in this? Fanatic lazy. Why does that not show up for me? I'm putting it in EU West. Here, I'm just gonna go to op.gg in general. I'm gonna put this down. Are you? Why is it not coming up? I'm taking the space out of it and everything. I can't find it. No, it's not coming up for me. That's strange. Hold on. But yeah, if you guys are having a boring time, you know, know that misery loves company, and we're all kind of in this together right now. TSM nobody. Ooh, TSM nobody. You're bronze, but you're definitely higher than that. All right, let's see. I saw some people including that they are on EU West, so that's gonna help me. Dang! Don't ignite, dude. You're silver 4, but you're like 74% win rate. God, you guys are nuts. When will NA be? I'll be doing an NA game for like Iron and Bronze later today at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. GT. Wow. Why is this? Ah, the Aussie. There we go. I got another one. We got another bite. Origins not found. Location. Low burn? I don't. Okay. Yeah, you're probably fine. You're probably fine. You look like a good player for your elo, but you're probably gold, and that's where this ends up. All right, it's cool. EU West. Oh, EUNE. El Planador. Why did you not like that? Okay, I'm figuring out there's a little bit of a problem with op.gg when I finally found you, Fnatic Lazy. When I copy paste it from YouTube, from you guys, when I copy paste it into op.gg, it doesn't accept it. It just says like that doesn't exist. Even when I take out the space and stuff like that, it's a little strange. Okay. I have to type it in by hand, so I'm glad I got you in there, Fnatic Lazy, because you were typing your name a lot. So, let's see. We got another guy in there. We got the Demon Warlock. We got Low Burn. Lethal Senpai. Let's see if I can get you to Lethal Senpai. Okay. You're on the higher end of the spectrum. You'll probably get to like gold 2. Low Burn, we invited you if you're gonna come. Did I do that? Yeah, okay. Blue. Okay. BLEUUUU. BLE. Oh, blue. How many U's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Ah. Alright. Okay. Okay. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. We got 1. And we're going to find that very last person right here. Keep those IGNs coming. Keep those IGNs coming. Lollipop. Are you... Okay. Killer Khalil. Killer Khalil. Or Kyler. Kyler Khalil? Is this? Okay. Perfect. We found our last person. I'm gonna pass this off to... And if he can accept now, Kyler Khalil is our last player for this one. We'll be doing 2 of these, by the way. Since I won't be playing on this today, we'll be doing 2 of these. So if you guys didn't get in this one, stick around. Also, I'm gonna try to like watch chat a little bit more during the game this time. And crying? Well, I don't want you crying. Let's see. Last person is Killer Khalil. Chat, don't cry. Chat, don't cry. Chat, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Come on. Guys, come on. We need a countdown. Wait. Can you try inviting Kyler Khalil again? Just in case. Alright. Well. Oh, there he is. Alright. Sweet. Let me look at teams. Okay. So the average ranking of the left side is silver 3. Average ranking of the right side is well, the average ranking of the left side is silver 3. The average ranking of the right side is middle of silver 2. Swap the Demon Warlock and Lethal Senpai. Yeah, I'm swapping one of the Silver Force for the Gold Force. That should bring up the average a decent amount. Yeah, Kite 1 2 3. I will. Yeah. Okay. So as you guys figure out the roles on your team, I'm gonna check my shop and see what the game thinks I'll play, even though I haven't played a single game. Okay, Ezreal. Hecarim. Okay. Zoe. Okay. Wow, they already want me to be a degenerate. Poppy. Okay. Nunu. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I feel like I've been profiled. Will you play on EU anytime in the future? So you guys have like a lot of desire to play, and I want to be able to provide that for everybody. So Fnatic Lazy, please pick me next game. I didn't invite you? What? Oh wow. Okay. I guess I didn't. I guess I messed up. So yeah, you will be in next game because I tried to invite you, or I thought I did. So yeah, I'm putting your name down. So I'll have it because I was realizing that if I copy paste from the YouTube chat, it doesn't work. Hello to Russia. Hello. Hello to Russia from California. Hope everybody's staying safe. And EU West Bronze tomorrow. Yes. Are you playing on NA? Later today at 4:30 p.m. Pacific. I am on EU West right now. Hello to Siberia. Hello. Hello from India. From India, really? How is it over there for everybody right now? Can you quickly check my IGN and say what you think? The Derpy Panda, is that your IGN? On North America? Well, I can't check your IGN if you don't give it to me. Hey, Zirene, any chance you could do this with Diamond players someday? Would be really awesome. Yes. So, so this is only the third stream that we have done. Yesterday, we did Gold and Silver in North America in both the AM and PM, mostly as like a proof of concept, see if people will show up, see if people are interested, right? Today, we're doing EU because there was enough interest in doing EU West. Later today, we'll be doing North America at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, and then tomorrow, I'm shooting for, I don't know if I'll be the one running the stream, but I'll be shooting for doing Bronze EU in the morning, and then doing something else in the evening. I may do op.gg reviews for you guys. I may figure out what I may do a one-on-one thing. I may find a single person from chat to coach, whatever it is, all right? But I want to be able to find something that's not just doing viewer games all the time, but providing you guys with diverse content. I don't want it to be the stream is the same thing every single time. It's not going to be the same thing every single time. It's not going to be the exact same thing every single time. Not even close. We'll do EU, we'll do EU Nordic. At some point, we'll end up doing Diamond games. We'll end up doing Platinum games. There's going to be a large array of content. This is going to be going on for a while, boys. Like, this is going to be going on for a while. We're doing 2 streams a day, every single day, except for the weekends. And you know what? If I'm feeling real lazy on a weekend, well, actually, I have to lead a raid in WoW on Saturdays. So, maybe later in the day on Saturday. But Sunday, you know, maybe I'll do something on my own personal stream. I don't know. But that's like for a different time. Is everybody ready in the chat yet? Some people are having issues in their chats, but hey, from Germany, Zirene, hello. So, when I don't know why, this is the thing that I always remember about Germany, is I ran into a door when I was in Berlin, and you know how doors say push and pull on them? I couldn't for the life of me remember which was which, so I ran into a door. Like, you walk into it, and it's obviously a pull, and I tried to push it, and I walked straight into it. From then on out, I was like, how can I remember this? And I figured out that I think push is like Drucken. Maybe look at this again. It's German for push. Yeah, it's Drucken, right? It's Drucken. So when a door said Drucken on it, I'd walk up to it and I'd go, Hadrucken, and I'd push it. So that's how I remembered that it was push in German. But I never ran into a door again. And if it didn't say Drucken, I didn't Hadrucken it and I pulled it. So that's how I got to memorize it. It works. It works. It works for me. Yeah. It worked, man. Your voice sounds different. Does it? I'll have to look at the playback at some point later. Doesn't react for a roll. We think he's AFK. Oh, really? Is he? Oh. El Planador, are you there? Oh, there it is. All right, perfecto. Zirene, invite me. I'm hard stuck silver 4, please. It would make my week. 21 folks. Mr. Luis. Yeah, we'll get you in the next one, 21 folks. We'll make your week right here, man. You know, that's all we can really do is try to make people's weeks because, you know, some people are having bad weeks, dude. Some people are, you know, out of work. Some people are, you know, bored. Some people are scared about their jobs and stuff. But all we're here to do is just enjoy, you know, a community and a video game that, you know, I put so many years into. Any chance I can get into the next one? See, this helps you guys that you're putting your names down now because it means that it means that you're here now and that you will be here in the future. So I don't have to, you know, go through what we just did, and I can put your name down now. I can invite you when the next game starts, and it means that you were here, you have a little bit of priority. And everybody else doesn't have to wait around while I sit there putting IGNs in, you know? Trying to Smurf detect you guys, because there's a lot of Smurfs out there. Some of you guys are either amazing players in silver and gold, and you just so happen to like go to ProGuides and get like a 75% win rate in silver, but you haven't gotten out yet. Fancy that. Oh, occasion. You put it in there. Occasion. I don't know why it's like this. So, yeah, when I copy and paste your name, from the chat, it doesn't always work for some reason. Even if I take a space out of the name, even if I make sure there's no spaces at the beginning or end of it, it just sometimes doesn't copy paste correctly into op.gg. I don't know if it's like if it's technically a different character or something on YouTube chat. It's a little strange. So if you are somebody who has like a special character in your name, you may struggle to get into these games. Write down my name for whenever you do this for diamond players. It depends on the day. It's probably a little bit out there. I want to make the push to platinum in the coming weeks. Okay. Okay, Froggy. Frog-G? Frog-G11? Gathering names as they gather their thoughts and their champions. I got 6 people down already. If I can get a golden 10. Kinetic Madwolf. You put your name down, and when I copy-pasted it, it didn't work. I now see that it does work when I type it in by hand, so no idea why that's a thing. But apparently it is. How have all your mornings been? Mine? I've been chilling. I was playing some solo queue last night, losing a bunch of games, winning a bunch of games. You know what's funny? Is a lot of the times, this is how my games go. If I stomp the early game, I'll lose that game. If I get absolutely crushed and like my laners are like 0-4 and I'm like 0-2 and like somebody invaded my jungle, like we win that game somehow. Like that's always how it goes. It's like I don't know what's going on, boys. Like I wish I could tell you. Like I'm supposed to be the guy who knows, but I wish somebody could tell me what's going on, because it feels like when we get stomped in the early game, everybody tries a little bit harder. Well, there's 2 types of people. They either try harder or they give up and they AFK. But whenever I stomp the early game, people get complacent and then they start face checking bushes and then we throw and the other team is just like happy they came back and stuff. It's like, oh man. Let's see. Ooh, a Nico player. X-Mizoria. I'm gonna put you in this this list for the next game because I like to see some good old Nico players. I like to see how much you use, because you look like a Nico main, and I actually played a ton of Nico. I love Nico. She's actually one of my favorite champions from a design perspective, but not from an execution perspective. I actually think Nico is really amazing. I love the idea of being able to change into another person for like deceptive purposes. It really, really is effective, but I think Nico should be a jungler. I don't think she should be like a mid or top laner. I think that it becomes really, I would say, strange, because her ultimate is like a peel tool, but also she likes to use it for damage because it's part of her burst combo. And then her passive just doesn't get much use, like at all, as a mid or top laner. Whereas when she's in the jungle, I use the passive all the time. Like this, like I actually play a mean jungle Nico, and I'll show you guys one day. Like maybe later today, when we do NA stuff. Okay, one more. Yeah, because I when she came out, I started posting clips on my my Twitter about like how I was. Oh wow. I'm scared. This guy, HL Prutskid. HL Prutskid. You're 50% win rate, but your Graves and Echo look like they're real dirty, and your Hecarim, like, you don't lose a lot of games on these characters. You lose like a lot on like other things, but it looks like when you find your groove, you go, you know? I don't know if you like recently found like jungle champions that work for you or something, but like you pop off on these characters. That makes me a little hesitant, you know? I am the Shadow Devil. But yeah, what I was saying is like I utilize Nico passive all the time, as a I utilize it all the time as a jungler, whereas like a laner you don't really. But like a jungler, what happens is my lane will get like chunked out. I pretend to be them when they back, and I walk into lane as them with like my HP still chunked, and they're walking back to lane full HP, and I'm standing in for them, pretending to be them, and then I can like jump on the person as the guy comes back to lane, and like E through minions, get the root, all that good stuff. Also, when people trade heavily, you know how like they both end up at like 200 HP, or the other person is like 400 HP, and my guy's 200, and he backs off. I pretend to be him, and then I'm a full HP Nico up against a 400 HP person who thinks that they're up against a 200 HP person who's playing dumb. So it's really, really fun. It's really deceptive. I think it would be maybe hard to balance if she made it into the jungle, but I really like her. I think that I think it makes way more sense for the chameleon to be in the jungle. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. All right. As we're getting out of the spectator delay, let's look at these two teams. On the left side, we got Gabber, the Aussie, Laborn, Kyler Khalil, Lethal Senpai. On the right side, we got Aikman 1, Saimi 16, L. Oh, it closed out because the game launched. El Planador, I think was his name. Yes, El Planador. El Planador, Blue, and the Demon Warlock. All right, now we're getting into the game, guys. We are loading up. Talk about these comps just a little bit, because what you want to do is you want to look at compositions. You want to figure out what the win conditions are right off the bat. So, chat, what do you guys think is the? I'm gonna fade the music out real quick. All right, so what do you guys think is the win condition for this top team? They have a top lane Fiora, they have a Master Yi jungle, an Aurelia mid, and then they have a Jhin and Zyra bottom lane. What do you guys think when you see this composition? What are you guys thinking is going to be the way to win this game? Yi and Aurelia getting Yi fed, split push. All funnel Master Yi is the only strat. Now he is also an Ignite Smite Master Yi, so keep that in mind. This means that he's really gonna want to fight people in their jungle, kind of go and like here's the logic behind using something like this. And I think Master Yi is a pretty effective champion to do this on. If I trade 1-for-1 with you, the kill is more effective on me. So it's basically like if Master Yi and Jarvan kill each other, who gets more out of that? Technically, Master Yi scales better with items, so it's actually Master Yi who gets more out of it. So that's kind of the logic behind using double kind of offensive summoners like that. So will there be for Plat? Yes, in the future. Not today, but there will be in the future. So the top team, yeah, I think this bottom lane is like a lot of back and forth harassment. it's going to be split pushing and using Zyra to disengage. So they're going to want to use Fiora, Aurelia, and Master Yi to push side lanes. They're going to use Jhin and Zyra to disengage whoever is the other person with them. But the other team doesn't have a lot of engage either. So it's actually going to be a back and forth in terms of push and pull. So the bottom team, when I look at their win condition, what do you guys say is the bottom team's win condition? Aren't you leaking their game plan for them if they are still in the stream? Well, that's fine. They're 3 minutes ahead of me. And if I tell people what their game plan is, then it's like, it's totally fine. Like, I'm not leaking their game plan. This is all about learning, too. They might learn a thing or two, and they might try to split push, right? Pokes from Xerath. Tryndamere split pushing. Okay. So here's the thing, is everybody fits into the win condition somehow. Remember this, guys. When I say what a win condition is, it's an entire team thing. So everybody plays a role in what's going to happen. So if the win condition is like Tryndamere split push, it's like, okay, what's the rest of the team going to do? Because there are 4 other members on this team. Is it literally like, if I had a team that was like Malphite mid AP, Amumu jungle, you had like a Sivir bottom lane and with a Zyra, you'd say that's team fighting, right? Even though they had a Tryndamere top. So just because there's a Tryndamere top, it's like, doesn't mean that their win condition is like, get Tryndamere fed. It's like, what's everybody going to be doing, right? It's going to be what is everybody in this game going to be doing? So when I look at the right side, it's like, okay, Tryndamere will probably be split pushing. Yasuo wants to team fight but doesn't have any enablers, doesn't have anybody to knock him up. And then it's like Graves. So this is a skirmish team. They are all physical damage save for the support. And they want to skirmish. They want to have small fights. They want to have 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s. They don't really want to have team fights. You want to kind of avoid team fights. So you want to be like Graves, Tryndamere, 2-on-2 top lane. So you want to kind of section things off as much as possible, because it feels like if you have 2 people at a time, fighting on this team on the right side, early, you're probably going to win. Like, I would say Master Yi plus Fiora versus like Tryndamere Graves. Tryndamere Graves like will do more damage in the early parts of the game. They have to hit early, and they have to do something using Graves. Master Yi is going to want to scale, and I think that Graves is going to try to prevent that from happening as soon as possible. So let's hide that. Whoever told me that yesterday, that you can hide that timeline by pressing this, you're still a godsend. You've changed my life. Let's get. Oh wait, what? Why'd that do that? Okay, there we go. All right, now let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of the music completely. Let's get into the ambiance of the game, and let's look at how EU West plays it. What button is it to hide it? It's U. The button is U. And then apparently I can do this as well. I can press this, and I can do objective timers, and then the objective timers are on the right side here, so I can see the Rift Herald and all that. All right, so let's see. It's a bottom side start for both teams. Nobody used their early ward except for, it looks like Master Yi swapped to Sweeper. Master Yi wants to get an early gank off. Gabber is either going for a full clear, or he's going for a red side clear on the bottom side. So he's either going to go for a gank to mid lane by doing red Krugs Raptors gank, or he's doing a full clear red Krugs Raptors Wolves blue Gromp reset, maybe get a scuttle in between that. So he's gonna get level 3 off of this camp. Gray's doing a full blue side clear, which is, so here's the thing about the Graves blue side clear is, if Graves does a full blue side clear, he's also opted into power farming, because if he goes red, he's gonna want to like get rid of it. Or sorry, oh wait, that's gonna be a dead Xerath. Yeah, he didn't flash. Dead El Planador. No heal. No flash used. Oh! There it is. You got the kill. Okay. I don't know. Wait, really? Hold on. Sorry, I'm going to go back 1 second here. So Jin, a lethal senpai. I don't know if this is right. You had 1,000 gold and you opted for Kerchi Shard. I feel like there's some better options there. Okay, Graves going topside. Oh yeah, so what I was... Oh. Alright. Easy, he's alive. So what I was going to say about the Graves clear is Graves doing his red later means that he's now going to have it. He's now going to have his red for later in the game, right? Yeah. Also, there's the phase rush right there, guys. And phase rush against a Master Yi that has no flash is going to be very potent and very powerful. And Graves is actually quite good with phase rush because all Graves struggles with is getting up in people's faces. And he gets so much damage by being closer to people. Like, if you play Graves like an ADC, you're actually going to like find most fail cases. He's basically like a semi-melee champion. So, you want to play him in that manner. And then the Graves is going to go for an invade. And, okay. Hello from the Philippines. Hello. Swap Yas and Trend. Yeah, okay. Thank you. But yeah, so Master Yi gets the red smite, boots. The Kerchi Shard, I'm not quite sure about the Kerchi Shard here for Jin for 2 reasons. One, it could be a pickaxe, and that could give him more power. This doesn't give him much power in the lane. And is he going to rush a Kerchi Shard item first? Potentially. But there's things like pickaxe, things like even going full boots 2, would be better, in my opinion. If you went boots 2 on Jin, boots basically gives Jin damage because it gives him uptime. Oh, okay, fancy feet. There's going to be Graves coming back down to the bot side. This is just Gabber cannot catch a break. Smokescreen is OP. Smokescreen is super powerful. Now here comes the red. Here comes the phase rush. Okay, Gabber's going to die. Yeah. Yeah. There's the phase rush. Like, oh, and now he's dead. There's the Zyra. Exhaust goes down. Lethal Senpai trying to just slow him, make sure that he can't E to him. Ooh, trying to get on the Aussie. He's going to go on the minions, right? Oh, it's right to him. Gets the kill. That's just multiple kills going over. Actually just playing more like a team. Now, you guys are saying jungle difference. So, the issue here is that Blue got that gank topside and then was able to actually go onto the Master Yi, who wasn't fast enough to react to the fact that of course he's going to come for the Scuttle Crab next. That's something that I think is, like, I think the Master Yi needs to think a little bit more. Gabber, I think you need to think a little bit more about what the enemy is thinking, right? Look at his jungle and go, okay, what is he going to do? He was topside, right? He was topside. He's going to go to Scuttle Crab next. If you think, like, oh, I need to get this before he gets here, you're, like, overestimating your damage. And then if you go to the bottoms, then after you die topside, where's the Graves going to go next? Well, of course he's going to go bottom side. At that point, you have to sack the second Scuttle. You have to have somebody check it for you if you want to even know if it's up or down. And you just have to go back to your jungle. You have to kind of lick your wounds, you know? And there's no shame in having to lick your wounds after one mistake, but if there is shame in making a second mistake. All right? So, the jungler does need to read the situation better, but that does not get everybody else killed, right? Everybody else is trying to, help him out. How can I impact as a tank since I can't count on my teammates? Depends on the tank. Things like Poppy can actually go and do a lot of damage. Scion, it's the same thing. Tanks actually are quite useful the higher elo you get because you can rely on people, right? Is he going to ulti? No, don't. Okay. And he's dead. Okay. Yep. All right. Yep. Sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles, man. But I like that it's keeping the game interesting. And it's not like a complete snowball. Poppy's so OP. Yeah. Poppy's really OP. How are you? Any support? Change and become mid main? Oh, support to mid main. Oh, he's dead. Lucian's dead. Blue. Nice. Blew him up. Oh, a little bit to the side. All right. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is Blue is kind of smurfing on this game right now. He's got a lot of early kills. He's going to be really hard to deal with. I want to see what his build is going forward after this. Gabber has a lot of catching up to do. Master Yi, here's the thing about Master Yi is never out of the game. All Master Yi needs is to like one team fight where he picks up 3 kills. Even if it's a 3 for 3, it doesn't matter. He starts snowballing off that pretty hard. Somebody asked a question about if I'm a support main and I'm swapping to mid, do you have any tips? Yes, actually. My biggest tip is learn to CS effectively without using too much mana. But my second tip is don't play mid like a mid laner if you were originally a support player. Play it like a support player. And what I mean by that is try to shove lane and roam a lot. Roam and ward. Because you'll actually find more success that way, because as a support, if you've actually been playing it correctly, you've been roaming, warding, and you've been, you know, making not like micro plays or anything like that. You've been making macro plays. And that's how that's how people climb like to Diamond 4 as a mid laner that's not skilled, is you legitimately let's see, there comes the Yasuo, extra damage, okay. Q. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, I was like if he goes back in, this is not gonna work out for him. But anyway, like I was saying, you should still play it like a support a little bit, right? It's not like play Lulu mid and like, and I'm not saying play support champions, right? I'm saying play champions like a support. Focus on warding, getting the control wards down. You gonna get him? 1, 2. Ah, died anyway. Okay, here's the invade from Blue. Blue is being real mean here, man. Real mean here. Real mean. But that's fine. It's what you're supposed to do in the jungle. You're supposed to be really, really mean. Yeah. So Blue was the guy where I was like, dude, he's been smurfing on like Graves lately. Like I look at Blue's stats and he's 50% win rate, and his Graves doesn't seem that impressive. Like, but he's a pop-off player or like a, I don't even know what the opposite of pop-off is. Int? I don't know. Oh, flash to the side. Oh, you just missed a little bit of everything. Oh, also, by the way, guys, I was told that the highlights for these games, so Christoph said that he's going to take highlight plays from the games, from the viewer games that you guys do, from yesterday and today, and they're all going to go up on the Instagram. So if you guys have like a highlight play or something like that, or you guys have a pop-off or something, it might end up on the Instagram at ProGuides League. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. So your play may be featured there if you get into the game and then you know you have a good pop-off. So who's best champion to carry in the jungle? Master Yi with a Tarek in the mid lane. So yeah, it's just some smurfing stuff. Caulfields or Serrated Dirk. It depends on the champion. It really depends on the champion. Typically, Serrated Dirk is not as good as Caulfields if you're going to be trading longer trades, because lethality scales, remember. So like when you first buy Serrated Dirk, it's not the armor penetration that it says it is. Is Master Yi and Tarek funnel still viable? Is it right now? It might. Yeah, I think it still is to some degree. I think Kled is really good too in the mid lane. With the Tarek. No, I guess Tarek mid lane and then funnel. Oh, going in. Oh! Yep. Even if he landed that knock-up, it's not going to matter. See, like, that's the thing is, even if he landed the knock-up, it doesn't matter. And he's dead. Yeah. Okay, so it seems like Blue is somebody who knows, like, when he's snowballing, how to get the most out of it. But the thing is like, he's not going to be the only one in this game that's getting fed. Jhin is getting fed. So when these forces clash, when they collide, what's going to happen? Because it's only a 400 gold difference. Do I think Aatrox is a good climbing option? Only if you're really good at him. Only if you're really good at him. I don't think Aatrox is like a gimme, you know? I don't think he's like a freebie. Okay, here comes the fed champion, Jhin. Aiming at the other fed champion, the Graves. Oh, tried to get that one at the end there. There's the root. Oh, he's in the nearsighted. Oh, El Planador, he's come here with the special delivery. You know, it's coronavirus. All you can get is, you know, that delivery food right now. And it looks like he was, you know, doing a bit of a favor there for Lethal Senpai. Bringing that one straight to his door. You know, sometimes there's some social distancing, but not there. He wanted all that. I know it's like people craving attention again. craving some social interaction. That's like, I don't know if that's how you do it. But yeah, so cool that you're here doing this. Thank you, Zirene. Oh yeah, I appreciate that, Michael Bailey. Yeah, I mean, I'm literally just doing my job, man. Doing entertainment, League of Legends, all that. What champions are worth mastering? The champions where your experience win rate is really, really good, and if you are very skilled. So if you could master Kalista, Azir, Yasuo, Graves, like they're high skill cap, and I actually say Graves because you can't really learn how to play Graves without playing Graves. And that sounds strange, but it's like, I can learn how to play, like, Misfortune without playing Misfortune. I could play, like, another AD carry, and I kind of learn how to play Misfortune, right? They all have, like, the same kind of basic idea of using basic attacks and spells. Whereas Graves, nobody else plays like him. Nobody else plays like Graves. There's this thing called experienced win rate, and it's when you play 50 or more games on a champion, and it's the difference between, like, when you play your first game, what's your win rate? Versus when you play your 50th game, what's your win rate then? Oh, man. Yeah, he's just ulting to get out. Sorry, Master Yi, you gotta go lick your wounds on the other side of the jungle, or you guys collapse. One or the other. Alright. Yeah. Rumble is another one that you can only learn how to play Rumble through playing Rumble, because nobody else has a heat mechanic where you self-silence. When you play 50 or more games on Graves, you get the cigar back. Dude, they need to, like, release a cigar thing, like, for him at some point. Oh, did you guys know that there's a whole team, like, multiple teams, actually, dedicated to localization of champions? And, for example, in, like, Tom Kench has, like, a southern, like, drawl, like his voice and stuff like that. He sounds like he's, like, from, like, Mississippi and stuff, or Louisiana. How do you translate that into Japanese? What's the Japanese voice actor do, right? What does the Chinese voice actor do? It's like they have to kind of find the equivalent for their area and localize it so it's something that their audiences can understand, right? Because they don't have, like, Louisiana there. Like, what's a Chinese Louisiana accent? Ooh, Lethal Senpai is just popping off. He does so much damage. Oh, he still had the ultimate in that back pocket. Let's see. Oh, and last one. Woo, nice flash away. He had to do that at the end there, I guess. How do we play? Oh, oh. All right, Lethal's trying to get on that Instagram. I see you trying to get on that Insta. Oh man. But yeah, so the localization is important, but also it sometimes affects champions, and this came up because of the cigar thing. Was if you actually if you look at China, there's a policy where you cannot show a human skull or blood in a video game. So if you play on the Chinese client or you watch LPL, Karthus's splash art actually has his face half covered. He doesn't show the skeleton face. His face is half covered. I think it's the same thing with Hecarim. Is it Hecarim? There's somebody else. Somebody else has, like, a human skull. But, like, Karthus is covered. And like, Vladimir is, when he E's, or when he Q's, it's all black. It's not red. No, there's the exhaust. Oh, he's just getting destroyed. Okay, low burn. They decided to come bring 3-man mid. Thresh? It might be Thresh. I don't remember who it is, but there's some people where they have things change. It's just policy. They, like, you cannot show like a human skull or blood in a video game. But yeah, so they have when Vladimir, like, E's, he pulls, like, all this black energy into him, and then he just spits it out. So he almost looks like he's, like, a tar mancer. You know, he's like a hemomancer. He's, like, using tar or something because it's all black. Oh, he's got to back up. There's the smite on him. Oh, okay. Decided not to. Okay. Decided not to, like, W and, like, eat some of the damage and then kill the Tryndamere. Could have been good for the Master Yi there to actually get into the game. But what if it's anime blood? I don't know. Could you explain how to play around teammates? You have to find the good teammates. Try to identify as soon as possible who the good teammates are. And you have resources in the loading screen like Professor, and op.gg to find out who on your team is likely to carry. Because if there's like an autofill person, like I do this all the time by accident when I don't check people's op.gg, is I will go after the lane that is autofilled. And I'm like, oh, this lane's really good for me. I should gank for like the Maokai or something, right? It's very easy for me to like gank him like 10 times. And I'll do that, and then like it doesn't work for him. Like he doesn't use any of the kills or anything. Granted, he's a Maokai, so I should use a different example. But it's like, oh, I want to camp for this guy's lane, and I get him fed, and then he just starts feeding later because he doesn't really know how to like play it. Tips for choke tank AP. Are you using Glacial Augment? Because Glacial Augment Cho'Gath is really good. Really good. You should use Glacial Augment. You should go some of those AP things like Twin Shadows, GLP, and slow people down so that you pretty much guarantee your Q and your W. How's Rek'Sai's meta? Is she any good? She's good. She's good. You just have to like play early game. You have to play early game really hard. And then you have to like have people on your team who can transition, or you have to mega snowball. Karthus sleeper OP in the jungle? Karthus is not sleeper OP, he is OP in the jungle. Winrate data like suggests that he's OP. I like that Tryndamere is farming the jungle. He's got Ravenous Hydra, and even though he was not faring too well in the lane, the Tryndamere split push is fully online. So right now, let's take state of the game right now. Oh. Oh, okay. And just more kills going over. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh. Now Lethal Senpai has... That's not going to do enough. There it is. There's the 1,000 gold going over. Now I was going to say, the score is literally even. They had exactly the same gold. But that 1,000 gold is going to be a huge shutdown. And that's the thing is, when you get ahead, here's the thing about League of Legends that I think bites me. I actually suffer from this so much, and I actually need to change the way that I play. I get fed early a lot. Like, a lot. Like, I check my Porofessor, and it has things... if you guys don't know this website, it's Porofessor. And it's really, really good. It has, like, little labels where it'll be like, oh, this guy's an aggressive jungler. He likes to invade every game. It tells you things about you don't even know. And it tells me that I'm an aggressive jungler who averages, like, 4.5 kills before... 4.5 kills and assists before 10 minutes, and I haven't seen anybody have that same type of stat. Like, most people have like 3 or 2.8 or something, but I have 4.5, so I get fed early, but then I suck at the mid game, and when I get shut down, and I give like a Vladimir 1,000 gold. Like, I'm like, oh, I can kill these guys, I can kill that guy, I can kill that guy. I give up so much gold now because of the bounty system. And I think the bounty system is something that's actually hurt my playstyle a lot. Or expose my weaknesses more, right? So I have to play harder. I have to play, sorry, it's harder to play right. I have to play safer in the mid game when I like to play aggressive early, get people fed, get fed myself, and then during the mid game I have to like, okay, stop, you know. And is he gonna be able to get picked off here? There's nobody who really has range for him. Okay. All right, so right now in this game, Tryndamere is split pushing. He's not really answerable by the Fiora. The Fiora has gone for Blade of the Ruined King, gone for the melee attack speed build as opposed to something like the Trinity Force, the cooldown reduction build. So that's the thing about this Fiora build, is Blade of the Ruined King is good, yes, but he doesn't have any CDR. And Fiora loves CDR for the Q, to just have quick resets, to be able to go on all sides of the person, to get the E cycling, all that. So... it's really, really like important to have that, and this build is not going to turn on for a while. So it looks like he's going to go Death Stance next, and this is going to be like a full, yeah, he's going Death Stance next on the Fiora. So he's going Death Stance, which, you know, he's just going full sustain. If the enemy team catches on to this and they get themselves like a Executioner at some point, or a Thornmail, be really good for them. Gray's going Edge of Night. Yasuo still going for, okay, still going for... Oh, yeah, Yasuo's still going for the Infinity Edge. Let's see. Oh, doesn't get the stun. Oh, Cho. Oh, there's the kill. There's the kill. Gets the shutdown. Oh, the point blank stun was enough there. That was just barely enough to get him. 1/6 Master Yi, but he's still... Here's the thing about 1/6 Master Yi is you think he's not strong, but he's still strong because he's getting levels. And he's about to have Rage Blade. As soon as he gets Rage Blade, he's very hard to fight. So, You have to keep that in mind. And this dragon is very, very important. So both teams need to reset. They need to be back on the field. Blue is dead for 18 seconds. Gabber's back on the field. Only one person from each team is missing for about the same duration. But if somebody gets a fight right now, this Drake will go over to them. And that's exactly what you want as the blue team and the red team. The red team want this for Soul. The blue team want this because it's so early in the game. I talked about this before where, like, if I feel like I'm behind in the game, I'll let the fourth one go over, and so that I can potentially steal Elder Dragon and win the game off that. But, oh, wait. There's the kill. Doesn't get the wind wall in time, but the wind wall is now down, which means Lethal Senpai gets to walk up. He gets the, oh, he can't see him. He gets stunned while he's blinded. He gets flashed on, and that's going to be him going down. That's going to be Gabber. That's going to be 3 kills going over to the Demon Warlock. He's looking for the fourth one here. He's going to get the slow. There's no CDR on this Fiora, so he actually will get this fourth one, I think. Let's see. Oh, he's got the attack speed slow. Why does Riposte have an attack speed slow? Who knows? I don't know why. I don't know why. It already stuns when you reflect something. It already absorbs damage. Why does it have that? I don't know. I don't know why it has an attack speed slow on it. I don't know. Okay, say tips on how to play Yasuo. Try to minimize your deaths. Try to don't give the other person a free lane, but try to minimize your deaths. Be very conscious of when you don't have vision. Ward for yourself. Put wards down. I think the number one thing that gets Yasuo killed is not diving under turret and being a dummy and thinking you have like 10 times more damage than you do. It's that you don't ward, because when I see a Yasuo, I want to kill him. I want to gank him. When I see a Riven, I want to gank him. But the good Riven players, they ward, and then they get to escape. The good Yasuo players, they ward and they know when I'm coming, and instead of diving into the lane, they use minions to get out. So, also a big thing about Yasuo is what you should try to do is not play behind your minion wave, but play in theirs or on. So like here are the 2 minion waves, right? Let's say this is my minion wave and I'm Yasuo here, and this is my enemy's minion wave, and then they're here. What I want to do as Yasuo is I actually don't want to play behind my minion wave. I want to move to here and push him out, because then I can E out. Because if I'm here, all I can do is E in, right? All I can go is in. So I want to play here in the other person's minion wave, kind of attack the minions, hit them, and then E out as much as possible, or Q the person auto, E out, etc. So you want to be using the minion wave. You want to be using their minion wave all the time. And look at that, there's the kill going over to Master E. So now we're at a point where the 4th dragon didn't go over. It's 1,000 gold difference. This is now where the win conditions are coming online. You can see that the Trinimir is just going to focus on split pushing. He's got the Essence Reaver. He's going to try to kill Lethal Senpai here. He has ultimate. Is he going to still go? Nope. Nope. That's not as good of an exit as it normally is because of Infernal Drake. But it doesn't matter anyway. He still died without even any extra autos. Khalil? Zeret's just focusing on wave clear. Okay. 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 Warding it down. All right. Any tips on learning how the new Aurelia and climb with her? Oh, wow. The new Aurelia. I mean, she's been like this for a while now. Isn't Zirene Gold himself? No. What the heck? No, I have my main account is like Hardstuck Plat right now, but my well, I guess it's the one named Zirene is Hardstuck Plat. I might change my other account name to be Zirene because it's much higher. So, but the Hardstuck Plat is Omega Lol. I don't know why, but it's like I think Bob Chin was saying it as well, where he's like platinum right now is like platinum and diamond. Platinum and low diamond are actually really hard right now for some reason. And it's not like boosters or anything like that. It's like you have to be able to play as a solo player, not as a team player, which is like counterintuitive to what you should be doing later. This is really strange. Wait, I'm watching a plat. Jeez, bye. Dude, no. I'm not. Oh my god. I said the account that's named Zirene is plat. But you know what? I'll probably just change the name. Screw it. It's like Kobe. Kobe didn't play on like an account named Kobe. He always had like a different name, and he would change it all the time too, so you wouldn't know it was him. But I put a note on his name, so I always know. Same with Jat. It's like they don't really play on like the Riot Kobe or the Riot Jatwin. You always get the inting bot lane. I mean, yeah. Let's see. Demon Warlock. Demon Warlock is like a big win condition for them right now. They have to get like something in there. Demon Warlock. Who's he gonna hit? What? Dude, Zereth! Zereth! How scared are you? How scared are you? You gotta trust yourself a little more. You gotta trust yourself a little more, dude. You gotta wait for it and like react to it, you know? You gotta react to it. Don't predict it. That's slow enough you get to react to it. Okay? So don't flash when you don't see it. You know? That would be my tip for that. Alright, let's focus on this game a little bit, because this is going to be the second dragon, I think, because they're in position. Yeah, even though they don't have Master Yi, they keep having fights right before dragons come up. Now, this is something that I think is a big problem that teams run into. Is the first three Drakes went to the red team, but they are struggling for the past 10 minutes to get these last two. And the reason is they are not playing around dragons. They have the good old, you know, like soul on the table, but you just need to set it up. Even if the game is even, you just need to set it up. Even if it's like putting Tryndamere in a side lane and then warding all over and then kind of baiting a fight, or at least starting it. It's like these things are happening in the bottom lane on somebody else's terms. You have to ask what you're fighting for and when you're fighting for it. Because right there, you're fighting for dragon, but you weren't fighting for it soon enough, and you weren't really fighting for it completely. Lethal Senpai is pretty low. Oh, okay. There's the Phantom Dancer. He got the Phantom Dancer off of him, which is really, really big. Hello, Waltrus. Yeah, if people play well in your games and they seem to be like, you know, decent players, yeah, you add them and it's pretty good. Let's see. Okay, what are they doing now? So, like, the question here is, like, what are you fighting for? Are you fighting for bottom turret? Because if you're fighting for bottom turret, somebody needs to go push that lane. So Graves should go push bottom turret, not go back up. He should push to the bottom turret. The rest of the team should disengage. He should clear this wave. So Graves will clear this wave. Now they're going to send two people to answer him. He should back off. It'll deal damage. Ooh, you gotta be more careful than that. Gotta be just a little more careful than that. Okay, cool. And turret died to the minion wave because he shoved it. Good. Is this a live game? Yes, it is. It's a live game between the ProGuides viewers. Now let's see. Master Yi Fiora on the bot side. So this is what you do here: is you actually engage mid lane if you can. Now, it sounds crazy, but right now it's just two people. It's 3 versus 2, and everybody else was kind of fanned out. And they knew that Aurelia was off on the left, and they knew that Master Yi and Fiora were bot side. So there you should actually engage the 2v3, and if Fiora TPs, then that's good. But you shouldn't have lost Planador in the first place, and blue got wrapped around on there. So as soon as they saw two people on blue, they probably should have gone. Or the Master Yi on blue. But Master Yi is now, like, you think about it, I was talking about it before, Graves, he was popping off in this game and he does well, but he seems to have that same problem that I do. Once you lose momentum, you know, you feel like you're kind of out of the game. Where are you playing? Wait for a new main. What chance are you getting silver? Whose game are you reviewing? Whose game am I reviewing? I'm actually, this is a ProGuides viewer game. It's actually like quite intense too. There's a lot of people like that are a lot of people that are doing well in this game, I guess is what I would say. A lot of people who are doing well. So, what rank is this? This is gold silver. It says in the title. Okay, combo, wombo combo. That ain't Zyra. Oh, there's the flash. Master Yi going in pretty fast. He's got to use the meditate. Doesn't use it. You gotta use the meditate ASAP after that. You gotta dodge things with your... You don't have flash, so you can't really outplay in other senses. You gotta meditate till you get another Q. You gotta let your team do some stuff. They don't have much CC on the other team, right? Yasuo. They got Yasuo. They got, you know, Lucian. There's only one person on the enemy team who can stop your meditate, and that is the Zereth E. That's it. Literally everything else. Maybe, I guess, the Yasuo third Q. But nothing else can really stop your meditate. You should be good. You should be good to do that. Tips for Silas. Weaving auto attacks in is really, really important. And don't use your W until you have to. Like, it does way more. It's better to, like, W when you're low and the other person has already eaten all your other abilities than it is to, you know, do it when you're high HP, etc. It's just worth the value of it's so high. Not being like conservative with your E's is big too. A lot of the dashes and a lot of the pulls that's like what I see really good Silases do, is they start using the pull very, very aggressively. Like, Silases are a menace. Start roaming around as well, because his wave clear is really good, right? Basically, his Q and his passive are designed to help him wave clear as a champion that's supposed to be more single target focused. So you should be wave clearing and roaming as much as you possibly can to the side lanes, because his E is really, really good, and it also gives you access to more people's ultimates, not just the mid laners. Okay, this is for the Dragon Soul on one side. Okay, here comes the Redemption down. That's going to be the Master Yi, just getting it. That's 3 Infernals. Yo! Lethal Senpai is playing with fire. He's playing with fire. Oh! He got it before he could ulti! Here comes Fiora, the flash away from El Planador. Man, you gotta call him Pluto because he's not a planet anymore. Actually, you know what? I think that got retconned. But that's gonna be blue team now just taking over. This team was so behind in the early parts of the game in terms of who was snowballing. This Master Yi was 0-5-0, but like I said before, he's never completely out of the game. He still does work. His team is showing up, and Lethal Senpai is the one who's popping off here. Now, Lethal Senpai is full build, right? But he might be getting 4 Infernal Drakes. And what's his AD right now? He's got 706 attack damage. 706. So he can get even more than that. He can get even more than that. 706 attack damage. One more Infernal. And he can maybe swap his boots out for something else. Does he have gold? Okay, and I don't think he has enough gold to really do that. He'll also get the potion, which he just did. So he's at 768 attack damage. Tips for Hecarim. The Hecarims that I see really win. Like, I would go watch a bunch of Hecarim mains, because Hecarim is one that there's a lot of dedicated players to Hecarim that like really know how to play him. And I always struggle with, am I rushing Trinity Force? Am I rushing, like, is there like Cinderhulk meta? Or am I going for like Warrior, because Warrior is just such good value in high AD? I struggle with that with Hecarim for like builds and when the meta changes. But I think sometimes it's like, it's better to go Warrior. Sometimes it's much better to go Trinity Force. And knowing that difference will help you win a lot of games. Because Trinity Force is such an expensive item. And I think he's just going to die here, yeah. He's just going to die here. He doesn't have enough CDR to really constantly spam the Q. That's kind of the downfall of this build. Now he's going to have more CDR. There's the root. Not able to actually do this, but there hasn't been a bear in this game. It's 36 minutes in. There's been maximum number of dragons that be taken. This guy, Lethal Senpai, is just popping off, and there's nothing he can do. He covers the exit. He covers the exit route. Oh, he dashed in the wall, but it doesn't matter anyway. He's just going to crit him for 754 anyway. It's like a third of his HP. Stance on Wukong's power level right now. He's really powerful, but people just don't know how to play against him a bit. You know, he's very, very strong. Don't get me wrong. But I think his win rate will go down. Not if nothing happens. Like, if people don't like nerf him or buff him, his win rate will go down because people just don't know. They expect him to be like old Wukong, and he's not. He can. Oh wait, 2-shot. He's gonna get 2-shot, right? Oh. There's the Phantom Dancer. Oh wow. Wait. Okay. What's he got? Knock up. He's down. That's 1,000 gold over to the Tryndamere, and he needs that. Baron is on the table. Infernal Drake's in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Both these teams are on soul point. Thoughts on Katarina for climbing? Very, very, very good. Katarina is one of my favorite champions for climbing the ladder because she roams, she causes a lot of pressure, and even if you're behind, it just takes one team fight to get into the game. Just watch out for the amount of CC they have on the enemy team. If you can encourage your support to play something like Morgana for you, then that always helps too. But if you put any kind of like effort into learning Katarina and learning her combos in the order, then 100%, like, she's definitely worth it. Thoughts on Kled? Actually, very, very strong. But he has to like kind of tread that line of dying and inting the game and barely remounting and winning. But it takes a bold player to play Kled. You can't be scared and play Kled. He's actually designed to go in. Both these teams are like skirting around the idea of fighting. If I am blue team, if I'm red team right now, I actually fight blue team. And the reason is that they don't have Jhin. We killed him. So I would have fought there. I would have actually engaged that. Maybe I lose. Oh, he dragged him over. Here comes Master Yi. Oh, boy. Oh, and he doesn't have the ultimate either. And they were just going after Kyler because Kyler had TP to the top side there. There's the exhaust. It doesn't matter, though. He's going to get the kill, and that's going to be almost an ace there. That's going to be that soul point going over. The Infernal Drake is up. Kyler is going to be pushing that top lane. 30 seconds here. Double inhibitor down. They started with 3. They started with 3 dragons. They started with all 3 of them on the red side. And the next 4 go over to blue. And that's one where you just beat yourself up and you go, if only we had fought right and correctly just before that 4th dragon. Is Kayn new player friendly? I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. Kayn takes a lot of understanding because his early game sucks, right? He doesn't have like ganking like normal characters in the jungle. He doesn't have a lot of CC. I would say like Rek'Sai is more new player friendly, minus the tremor sense. Oh, there's the slow. Oh, there's the root. Zyra's doing work. There's the kill. The flash forward, perfectly done there. There's another kill there. He just does so much damage. What is Lethal Senpai's AD? The boy has 811 AD. He crit that thing for 1400. Minions don't even know what's hitting them. Oh, where's this? Oh, I thought he was trying to go for, you know. Oh, wait a second. Oh, he doesn't even get the ultimate off. And the blue team with the comeback here in the dragons. They were so far behind. And look at this. He's like, you know what? My team's ending the game. It doesn't matter. The 0-5-0. Master Yi ends up winning this game. And we said it was going to be 1-3-1. We said it was going to be Fiora in the side lane, Aurelia in the side lane. It was mostly the Jhin just destroying that game. Now let's see if I can go back here. Thank God. Now there's, I think, one big key moment in this game is we saw those first 3 dragons go over. Let's look at what happened before the 4th dragon, because this is huge. This is a big turning point in the game, because the dragon is up in a minute, and blue team has wards here, and they have the scuttle crab, and red team, I think they believe they're more ahead than they are, and they're trying to control Baron, and they don't even have Baron control because of this. So they've done like kind of shoddy Baron control. You need to actually sweep the Baron out, try to bait them into you if you're going to do it. And then right here is where things kind of get bad. Yasuo is actually on the side here. Don't mind the sound effects. So Yasuo is like, okay, let's check. He walks into 4 people because there's no vision here. There's no vision. All the vision's topside. They don't have any vision down here. And Xerath placed all of his wards on this top side, which I actually think is a mistake. He should be placing his wards on the bottom side here, because fourth dragon, so hear me out here, guys. 4th dragon is more important right now than Baron. Baron is harder to take, takes longer to take, so you don't need wards on it for immediacy. You need wards on this to take this ASAP, because they could sneak it much faster. So you should be warding up on the bottom side here a minute before, at least a minute before, which is the time that we're at now. So you should be warding the bottom side of the map, even if Tryndamere is splitting the top side. Tryndamere got to just destroy this lane. Now, Yasuo walks into pretty much a blind area. He dies here. They kill the Master Yi, and then they get the stun on the Jhin, goes forward, doesn't know who's there, I don't think he gets the perfect combo on the Jhin. Gets rooted, gets killed. Aurelia gets counter killed. And then what happens? The reset, right? They reset. Oh. Okay. And then where do they go? Tryndamere should have reset. Tryndamere needed to reset. He's got so this is something that I consider unacceptable. Is dragon is up right now. It is our 4th dragon. It is our 4th dragon. And Tryndamere is sitting on 1,800 gold. Even though Tryndamere has 1,800 gold more than Fiora, he hasn't spent it. So there's actually only a 400 gold difference between these two champions. Because Fiora hasn't spent, 480 of hers. He hasn't spent 1,800 of his. And he's up 1,800 gold over her. Exactly like 1,801. So there's really no difference between them. I actually think this is like what I consider unacceptable. Because he could buy... Can he buy? He could buy Infinity Edge right now. I'm pretty sure. Actually, no. He's a little off, maybe. Maybe if he sells his Doran's shield. They change the price on this thing all the time in terms of the combined cost. Okay, no, he could. It's Oh no, he couldn't because Essence Reaver. Sorry, Essence Reaver. He's going Essence Reaver. Ugh. I was like, why Infinity Edge? I was thinking Yasuo for a second. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, no, that's 100. It's 100 gold combined cost. He could easily... Yeah, he'd have Essence Reaver right now. He'd have Essence Reaver and then moving towards another item. So he would be fine, Like, he should do that. And, like, they don't even see it. They don't even see it. They needed to reset earlier. Even when the Yasuo died, like, that's the time to reset. But Xerath does the right thing. He backs to refill his wards. Goes here. Wards over the wall. But they're already there. Master Yi goes over. They don't really have any control. Lucian's trying to get in. They don't have the Graves. They don't have the... God. It's actually so bad because if I look right here, like, they both lost 2 people, right? Yeah, Tryndamere should have backed right now. He should have backed right now. Spent, he'd be stronger. Lucian doesn't really need to back unless he's going to get a control ward. But, like, I actually think the Aussie is the person that really deserves, like, credit here. Because he did a really good job of setting up the right objective and preventing the enemy from getting it. Because these are all his wards. This one isn't his. No, these are his wards. These are his 3 wards. 1, 2, 3. He doesn't care about this, right? He doesn't care about this ward. He cares about the bottom side. And that's like starts it. So you should be getting this. It's just a completely different game if you get this. Elder comes up. The pace of the game has changed. I actually think it's like it's pretty sad that happens, right? Like, look at how much Tryndamere destroys them. Like, Tryndamere is so ahead in this game. He hasn't even spent his other gold. He's just like, 1, 2, 3, you're dead. Boom, boom. And then he gets in there. Another crit. Boom. Spin, boom. Okay. Like, this team wins the fight afterwards. They could have won the fight before if they had actually been there. So, wards actually do carry games. Because you can't... Wards and reset timing carry the game. Don't do this. Don't be this Tryndamere. Don't be out on the field with that much gold. I know it's like it happens a lot, and you're just like, more gold. I'm so far ahead. Just like maintain your lead, Because he literally showed up to this dragon with. Now he leaves with 3,000 gold to spend. He's like, oh, I got 3,200 gold to spend. Like, great, you're fed. We get it, but that didn't help the team at all. Okay, now let's look at the second dragon that went over. I'm just looking at these 2 because I think the third one is when things got out of control. So you see, Zyra went for the same thing. Wards to kind of see this area, but like there's no wards here. And in fact, the warding score difference between Xerath and Zyra is massive. It's almost twice as much the vision score because Xerath has opted for the blue trinket and he's trying to kind of like scout where Lucian should have that and he should have sweeper to try and deny vision because they can't deny the vision Like, if you look at the blue team, they have 3 sweepers. They get to actually deny way more vision when objectives are coming up, and they get to place vision, but it just gets swept anyway. So it's like, it's really questionable in terms of the ward layout. So yeah, he gets caught, rooted again, blows the ultimate. Oh, actually, that was the other thing too. Right here, when he's rooted, I felt like that was a bit of a mistake. Not to pick on the Demon Warlock, because he did play really well this game. Rooted here, stunned, rooted. The Zyra walks up to him, and he's hitting the Aurelia here. And you're not going to get away. I actually think you can kill the Zyra. I actually think you just flat out kill the Zyra or the Aurelia. You should fight back here. Like, yeah, you should fight back here. He's stunned, and the stun wears off now, right? Yeah, the stun wears off now, and he's just rooted. So you can hit the Master Yi. You can hit the Zyra. Let's see. Yeah, he almost kills the Aurelia. I think that damage maybe would have killed the Zyra. Maybe would have gotten him really low. But then he also gets hit by oof. Whew. Yeah, that would have been like a dead Zyra. Maybe a dead Master Yi at this point. Yeah. Cool, they kill him. This is where the Zereth flashes. Okay, and Dragon is up in a few seconds here. Oh, and this is where they move up. They get the kill, right? Yeah, they get the kill onto the Graves. And that's just the overextension, because they know that Jhin is right here. Like, they know he's here, right? Oh, no, I don't think they do, actually, right? No, wait, they do. They know he's there. They know Jin's right there. They just aren't watching. Okay, they're baited in by the low HP. The wind wall, really early to block. They walk past the wind wall, insta-kill. Just the combo back. Jhin peeled off. Actually, Jhin is a good player. He didn't continue to just focus on these guys. Because look at that. Like, Jhin actually looked at his team instead of the kills. He didn't have blood in his eyes, you know? He's still focused on the team. He heals, moves forward, zones, hits once, decides not to continue that, and backs off to just go. Like, literally his team was like, this is the thing, is his team went, hey, do you want 300 gold? It's like, of course I want 300 gold. It's like, okay, then come over here. Because it's a more like, it's a higher chance that you'll get 300 gold going back than going forward. And that's what should have happened here, is these guys should have gone here, because the Zereth might like be able to pinch him in. They can win wall and prevent the damage. These guys will have to move up, and then you can have this 3-on-4. And so they actually lose 2 people right before. They play that fight wrong. This is coming up, and then it's up, and they get it. It's like, they win the fight. It's like red team is like winning fights, but then they start playing them poorly, and it just all goes terribly. Right before this dragon, this is the one where everybody's like, nobody has anything out on the field. They walk up. They all get the wards down. Fiora is top side with teleport, and they can't answer it because they don't have TP. Trinimir's bot side here. There's the TP. They've started the dragon. They don't commit to it yet. Yeah, that's the thing. The Master Yi is like, somebody's starting dragon? I'm starting, they're starting dragon. TY for leash, baby. He just walks straight at it. Like, he walks straight at it. He's like, my team, I will use their bodies. And he's just like, okay, you started dragon? I started dragon. And he just kills it. Like, right in front of him. Like, they lost Zyra before she can ulti, and they're the ones who get dragon. It's like, it felt like they really had, like, no idea how to apply the pressure here. Granted, the team doesn't have a lot of CC. They're mostly damage. But it's like, Trinimir has ulti. Get in there. Get in there. What are you scared of? What are you scared of? You shouldn't be scared of anything. You have ultimate. They don't have, like, enough CC to keep you down from pressing your ultimate or anything like that, or, like, burst. Get in there. Get in there. Push their front line back. Like, that's the thing is battle lines are very important. And if you are somebody who's like a tank, your back line doesn't have more room to operate unless you are pushing forward. If you are like moving backwards, you're actually crowding your back line. So you should be advancing things as much as possible. So it's just something that I think it's something that people don't usually think about is the battle lines. And like this Master Yi 0-5 and 0 like ended up still doing like well in the game, and then the Jhin is the one who like hard carried. But the fact that he like kind of stopped feeding and he focused on objectives was what ended up getting his team the victory. You know, he stopped just like thinking about, oh, I got to get kills, I got to get ahead in this game, and he gave up on that idea. So okay, let's see here. Doing one more game. Let's see if I can get this all in. Okay. Is that it? No. Okay. Did I do that? Okay, I did that one. And I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Send invites. Boom! Holy shit. Is there one more person that I didn't include in this? Who didn't I include? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more person that I didn't include. Who didn't I include? I have Fnatic Lazy. I have 21 Falks. I have Zig. I have Monkey. Occasion. Froggy. Fnatic Madwolf. Or Kinetic Madwolf. VMPP. X Mysore. Alex. Okay. So, here, I'm going to say X Mysore invite Alex Sil JSSS. That's the last person. Alex Sil JSSS. You guys were on it too. You guys were just waiting. So I was just like, whoa. So if he can. Hi, chat. Hi. Everybody say hi, Madwolf. All right, I'm really nervous now. Don't worry about it. It's just another game, dude. It's just another game. Is he here? Mysore? Can you invite Alexil JSSS? Oh. Oh. Strange enough. What is this? I have bad ranked anxiety. Oh man, don't worry about it. Is Alex getting it? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Let's see. Alex. All right, we might have to get a different person. Alex Hill, JSSS in West. Oh, he's in a game. He's in a game right now. Oh, he went to go play a ranked game. So he can't be invited right now. So, okay. Part of me wanted to go spectate his game. And just like be like, hey, you know, what's going on here, sir? Hello. But I think we're just gonna take another person for the chat. Let's see. I silver 4. Okay. What? That would not work. Is that... Wait, what? That one didn't work for me. Okay. Gold 3. I think that'll be good, actually, for this game. Let's see if I can get you in here. Swilly boy. Let's check your profile. Okay. You're decent. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You like the style a little bit. You play some Annie. You pop off a bit on Annie. Your Annie is really scary. Annie's really scary, actually. We'll get you in here, even though your Annie is a little bit scary. Okay. Invite Swilly Boy S. With the 54% win rate overall, but the 66% win rate Annie with almost 10 kills a game and like 4.6 deaths. So we'll see if Swilly Boy S will accept. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Swap 21 Falks and is it? We'll take one of the silver ones. Swim Monkey. Swap 21 Falks and Swim Monkey, and then we'll be good to go. Don't worry, won't play Annie. Okay. I appreciate that. Okay. Teams look relatively balanced to me. Calculator. Let me go. Oops. Okay. I should stay away from that. 3 minus... Oh wait, why is it doing that? Okay. Okay. What? Okay, looks like people are relatively ready. So average is silver 2 on the left side. And on the right side, it is... I think that's... Okay. Oh, all right. Cool. So, yeah. All right. This will be our last game of the day. Well, I guess for this session. We'll do another one later at 4:30 p.m. And that one will be North America focused. Let's see. Now that we have some time, we're gonna put the music back on. We'll put the music back on. Bring it back in a little bit as we get into the loading. And we'll spend some time answering questions while you guys pick your champions. Tips on Nautilus. You really did me dirty. Why did you dirty? What are you talking about? All right. You think you'll get it if I one trick? What do you think I will get if I one trick Yi? I was the Yi. I'm not sure. You just try to minimize your deaths. Use meditate more. In terms of what you would get, I don't know right now. I don't know, because you still have a lot to like learn, and I think it's like you can make quick growths there. Subscribe on the Instagram. Didn't know about that. Yeah, so apparently the Instagram is gonna like have highlight plays on it from those games. Thoughts about Hecarim right now? Probably a little bit on the weak side for high elo, but strong side for low elo. Best items on Diana. It appears to be Rod of Ages and Nashor's Tooth. Can you give some tips on Xin Zhao late game? Don't focus on going in. Focus on peeling, because people focus on the fact that his E is a dash, but what you should do is you should advance your front line, use your R to peel. Don't like dive into like six people. Don't dive into like 5 people and like R to knock them all away or knock them all around and isolate somebody or knock people into your team. Instead, just play frontline. E to people who jump on your AD carry. Like if people try to jump on your AD carry or something, you E to them, you Q them a bunch to knock them up, and then if somebody comes up behind you to also get on the AD carry, because like, you know, here's your AD carry, here's their front line, here's their like assassin or like backline. If this guy goes on to your AD carry, you go on to him, and then if this guy tries to come in, then you are him away, right? So it's kind of like you try to make it so that you have numbers advantages with Zin. But early game, you should focus on going in. Later game, you don't really focus on going in, unless you like super snowballed and you have like Trinity Force and you have Sterix and stuff. So unless you're like mega fed, you shouldn't focus on going in. Instead, you should focus on peeling for people, and that's really your role in fights because you have so much peel potential. Please tell us some jungle win conditions. Well, so in terms of jungle win conditions, it depends on who you are. Very much so. Like Amumu wants to team fight. You want to focus on the cool thing about jungle is your win conditions change every single game, even if you're playing the same champion. Unless you're playing like Udyr and you just want to like split push to victory. But it's like if I'm playing like Rek'Sai or Jarvan, the win condition depends on what the rest of my team is and who's good on my team. So it's like, if I have a good top laner, I need to enable him, and I need to, like, if he's a split pusher, I need to, like, set up wards for him, focus on his side of the map during the mid game, and make sure that he is set up to do what he wants to do. So if it's like I have a good bottom lane, I need to peel for them, right? And I need to, like, team fight around them maybe a little bit more. So jungle win condition is look at your lanes, figure out what your role is in the game, and you don't necessarily dictate what the win condition is, and you can usually play around it. But a lot of them will be like, you know, if Karthus is in the game, Karthus' win condition is like get Dark Harvest stacks, profit, right? That's about it. Kill people. How can you minimize XP loss while roaming as a support? So you want to roam. So minimizing XP loss as a support is you want to shove the wave to their turret before you roam. Like shove it all the way. But if you don't have the ability to do that, you will have to just, like what you said is minimize XP loss. That's the reality of the situation, is you will lose experience by roaming. Right? You will lose experience by roaming. But you want to minimize it. So basically, don't dilly-dally. Get what you're going to do done. So if you're going for a gank, get it done as fast as possible. Don't loiter. Don't sit around for too long. And the way you minimize that is you get the kills when you roam. And then you have like all that experience kind of split between people. But that's ideal. A lot of the times it won't happen, but I would say minimizing it is just, if you don't see the play and it has to be forced, just leave. Just leave. Just go back to what you were doing as fast as possible, right? That's the thing, is you need to figure out if it's doable or not ASAP. And don't get baited into like going back and forth, because that's just going to waste your time. So like pick one and commit as soon as possible when you see it. And you'll learn over time like what's a good fight and what isn't by doing it. What should I do to get better? So what are you struggling with on Silas? You kind of named all the things you should be doing on Silas. You named like stealing key ultimates, roaming a lot. Like, what are you struggling with on Silas? Jungle counter pick for Yi. The jungle counter picks for Master Yi are things that can typically, bully him early or control him late. So, for example, like some people will play things like, you can play Rammus into him, but you sack the early game, and you kind of go, okay, he's going to win early, and then he'll like true damage shred me later. So you have to find so you have to find things that work against him throughout the entire game, and that's like, I think Udyr is like one of the best counters to him. Udyr is like ridiculously good against Master Yi, because you can go toe to toe with him. He wants to fight you early, and you actually do what he does but better. You clear very quickly, you Q, and You just do a lot of damage with Tiger. You can actually absorb a lot of damage. You can move around very quickly. So Udyr is actually somebody who has early game access to tools that shut down Master Yi, and you want to keep him down because Master Yi is like almost like a Nasus or a Veigar, where it's an inevitability that they get fed, but you kind of have to just cut the timeline off before that happens. So he will get gold in the game. He will get experience. He will get levels at some point. You just need to push that point back as far as possible and try to make it so that when he does hit that point where he has these items, your team is in a point where they can deal with him. Like, they're already much further ahead than he is, so. I think Wukong also does well. I think Rek'Sai does decently into him, too. Some people play Warwick. I don't think he's, like, amazing into him, but he's alright, you know. That's for Master Yi. At least jungle on late game tips. At least jungle, if you're making it to the late game, then, like, something happened where your team really messed something up. Because they should be able to play off of you. They should have been able to play off of you. But if they aren't playing off of you, and you're trying to find, like, a way to function in the late game as Elise, you need to focus on using Zhonya's, getting into the fight after. You need to cocoon, like, key targets or front lines, because she does do % HP damage, so she is decent against tanks and bursts, but she needs in and out play pattern. She either all-ins if she catches a squishy with her cocoon, or she plays like a low cooldown in and out fight and tries to, like, survive and skirt the fight. She doesn't want to get squashed like a bug. It's hard to play Elise in the late game, I will tell you that. It's hard to play Elise in the late game if you did not snowball. Attack speed or attack damage Wukong. So the Wukong builds are constantly changing. Some people are doing Blade of the Ruined King. Some people are doing I hear, like, the Korean build is like Blade of the Ruined King and I don't know, was it Death Dance? What was it? It was off. I forgot off the top of my head. Black Cleaver. It's just Black Cleaver. So it's like I see these different builds where it's Blade of the Ruined King, Black Cleaver, all that stuff. It seems like if you're playing top lane, Blade of the Ruined King, Black Cleaver is better than Trinity Force and Death's Dance in terms of getting those items. They're, like, less expensive, but in terms of winning the game, yeah, like, win rate data will say that Trinity Force Death's Dance is better than Blade of the Ruined King Black Cleaver, but that's because if I'm buying both of those items, I probably got fed. If I got fed, I can afford a Trinity Force and a Death's Dance, right? Whereas Blade of the Ruined King Black Cleaver is probably more consistent and probably a bit better, to be honest. And the attack speed is really, really good. So it just resets your Q more frequently. All that good stuff. You shred people with your Q and with your R because of Black Cleaver. So you end up eventually getting something like Blade of the Ruined King Black Cleaver, Death's Dance, and maybe like Sterix or GA. But you typically want both those items, Sterix and GA. So yeah, it's kind of like a mixture. So I would say attack speed Wukong is probably better. Attack speed is more consistent. Blade of the Ruined King and having a Black Cleaver. Let me move these. All right, let's get rid of the music. Get back into the game. Cool. We're gonna swap scenes, and there we go. Sweet. All right. Thoughts on Gnar? Weird champion. Hard to use. Gets changed all the time. Zirene does Wukong's Q proc on hit. Basically, yeah, I'm pretty sure his Q does. His Q is his Q like procs like Trinity Force and stuff too, right? So I don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, it should, to my knowledge. To my knowledge, it does. It would be news to me if Wukong did not proc on hit effects with his Q. Oh yeah, yeah. It's just he empowers his staff, giving his next basic attack. So it's just a basic attack. It's coded as a basic attack. So yeah, it would. Okay. Nice engage. They hit the level 2 first. That's let's see how he did that really quickly. Cuz that looks like it was a bit of a No, I want to see this. I want to see this. They've killed the same number of minions, but they're not level 2 yet. What happened? This is where we put our detective hats on, guys. This is where we figure out what happened in the early game. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Got him. Easy. Okay. 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 He should... 2. Okay. 3. Okay. You have... They're 1 minion ahead on this side. Okay. That should be... Stay. 2. Did they kill a ward level 1 or something? Hold on. Because if it's a ward level 1, then that's like... So there, I'm gonna... Let me go back here. What happened? What happened? How did you guys get experience? What happened? How? What am I missing here? I'm missing something. I don't know what it is. They don't have any experience. Did somebody miss something? What? Am I missing something? What am I missing, chat? You guys probably see it. What is it? They killed a caster. Oh. Wait, they did? Oh, it's just up on the front line. Yeah, that's why. That's why. Because this caster minion's right here. Ugh. Ugh. It's early for me, guys. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. And the melee went back. Well, the melee went into the back. So yeah, they didn't kill this one melee. Jeez, that's the difference. Yeah, because it's the 3. It's supposed to be the 3 melees gets you the level 2. Yeah, that actually threw me off really hard. I had no idea that like that had happened just looking at it visually right away. I had 0 clue. That actually sucks. That actually mega sucks. But also what should happen here actually is Leona has 2 stacks of his spoils of war. Actually, what he should do right now is you should straight like dead ass straight up hit this minion, walk up, hit this minion, and then you're level 2 and you go. So like that's what melee champions should be doing with their spoils of war. Is you should be saving your stacks for when you're gonna hit level 2. So what you should do is you should walk up, hit, go, hit, go, right? Or even just walk up, hit one of them and go. Like it's actually super strong. And people feel like melees should just lose all these matchups with like ranged champions, but you should actually be using the fact that you can just destroy a minion with your spoils of war is very, very powerful. But yeah, anyway, yeah, thank you guys for that. Yeah, it was that melee minion walked to the casters, so it looked like a caster minion to me. Jeez. And like I don't know why, but for me, it's like the blue melee minions and caster minions look like pretty similar to me, because like hold on, just random aside, like these ones have like hoods on them that are pointed, and they don't have like they have like a different color to them. Whereas this one has like a gray here on its back, and then when you look at these ones from behind, they have like a stone thing, and they have a stone thing. So I'm kind of like, they look similar to me when they're moving. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just like a little bit blind. But I see like red caster minions way more differentiated than like the melees of the red, the melees of the blue. It may also be the fact that the hand that they're holding things in. It's really interesting. Yeah, that's actually really interesting because, oh, did knock up. He's got to have. Oh nope, this is gonna be. Oh, if he didn't do that, Cass wins that. If he doesn't do that, Cass wins. He has to commit there. That's actually super good that he did that. Oh. Whoa. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, did not get the W off. Did not have it. Ooh. Interesting. But yeah, also, like, I know this sounds like I'm making excuses, but I'm actually, like, analyzing why I messed up. It's also because, I analyze everything, by the way. It's also because I notice these guys more readily because their shields are towards me. Whereas these guys, their shields are blocked by their body partially going up. So it's like the difference between this book and this shield is like, it's much closer, right? You can kind of see like the book, the shield, or the book and the shield, because they're they're downstage, right? Whereas these are upstage and they're closer to you. So I can always see the shield, don't always see that on the blue side. That's super interesting. That actually can throw me off pretty hard. What's Echo gonna do here? Is Echo gonna come to the bottom side? He died early, blew his flash. You got to take note of like the flashless people. So if you're Echo, you have to kind of like play off a winning lane. So right now you want to try and play off your mid lane. Sorry, you're talking nonsense. What are you talking about, dude? I'm talking about like, it's whatever. Never mind. Never mind. We'll just drop it. All right, let's see. So Garen is trying to freeze. And he's actually doing a good job. So he's like trying to make it so that the set has nothing to do in this game. He's keeping it here. Oh, I wouldn't attack that, but okay. You should actually keep the freeze. Your Karthus is invading. Flash, okay. Oh. Flash away. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, really? Oof, okay. So, just to, like, give feedback here. Garen is ahead. Garen is ahead a lot. And Garen's one of the champions that gets to do this because he gets to take, like, well, he's taking Dorn's shield, so he has, like, some HP regen. He also has his passive. Don't kill these minions. Keep them there. Keep them there. Set's down in CS. He has no TP, so he's not going to, like, back and get a good recall on you or anything like that. Sure, your Karthus gets in trouble, but, like, he shouldn't be invading on this side if you have this pushed in. And you should only be last hitting these. So don't do that extra damage to it. Wait for it to get super low and then hit it. And here, don't hit that either. Don't hit that one. Don't hit these. Don't push this. Freeze it. You had like 5 extra caster minions. You could literally freeze this forever. You could literally freeze this for almost ever. It's actually crazy. Like, this is such a good freeze to set up. This is, like, the sweet spot. You want, like, this. You want 3 to 4 caster minions, and you can keep it here. So he actually should be freezing this here instead. Because he has an advantage. You could actually get a massive CS lead over this guy. You actually get a massive CS and experience lead over this set. If he throws it. And that's a great time to freeze it. That's a great time to freeze it. And the reason it's a great time to freeze it is you have an advantage, and you already blew your flash. So you want to keep it on your side of the map so you aren't gankable. Yeah, I do read chat. But right there, I was just giving feedback on that. So, and here, now he's got to, like, fast push this. So it's like, it's kind of a bad situation. It's not ideal. You really want to, like, he really wants to push this now, but it's like, it's still not as good. And like right there. Okay, so here, I'll tell you straight up what a challenger player would have done here. I'll tell you straight up what a challenger player would have done here. A challenger player would have seen these 5 minions and gone, okay, that's like here. He would have been like, okay, thin the wave, tank it. I have double buffs. He has flash. I don't have flash. I don't want this minion wave to push because if he freezes it here, I'm open to ganks and I have to ward. I don't have a ward down in the river. I have this, but I'm gankable. So what you do is you don't hit this. You tank it. You let the regen from the red buff get you back up. You let your passive regen go. You freeze this on your side of the map. Because what's going to happen is you have a CS advantage, and you're going to be able to build this higher. Then what happens is you'll stack a minion wave, and you're going to be level 6 before Set is even level 5. You can deny him experience to the point where he's going to be level 4 when you hit 6. And then you can legitimately try to all in him and push him off the wave. And here's the thing, is when you all in him, you prevent him from getting the experience of the big wave that you're stacking to go towards him later. So you freeze this until you hit like 6. Like at that point, screw your Karthus, doesn't matter. At that point, you try to choke the Set out of the game. Because he's gonna have to call for his jungle, and his jungle's on the bottom side. So it's not gonna work. So you freeze it on your side of the map, so it should still be here, not over here. The Set is gonna be denied. And then you're going to hit 6 before Set even hits 5. So you would deny enough experience. And then what you do is you fast push this. After you hit that, try to get it to him. And then you try to kill him. You could kill him. He could kill him right now. 100%. 100% he could kill him right now. You silence, like legitimately, you silence him. And then you pretty much just R him. Like silence R, I think like E silence R kills him or something. Like you can kill him right now pretty easily. Especially since he blew his flash because of the Karthus. But yeah, you should have denied. You should have denied as much as possible because that was the position that you were in. A really good one. And now you're just trading farm, which I don't think is like, that's not how you get ahead in the game. You don't get ahead in the game by trading farm, right? You go even in the game. You go 1 for 1. But now you see how scared the Garen is playing? It's because the Yasuo dipped into Fog of War, but also the Garen doesn't have any wards here at all. His most river focused ward is this one right here. And that's the one that like saw Yasuo move. But like he has no idea if like Echo's here. So he has to play back here, and the minion wave is on the right side. So yeah, you want to keep it on your side of the map when you don't have flash. And if you can do that and they set that up for you, and absolutely you should have done that. And now he's like, look at how scared the Garen is. Now the Garen's like face checking a bush. Yeah. So like that's like, if you guys wanted me to go like nitty gritty on things, like that's what I'll talk about more. But yeah, but like you can't really thin the wave if you're in a losing position sometimes. So that's the thing is freezing. So here's the thing is freezing is a technique that is most advantageous when you are winning already. So when you are winning, freezing is a win more thing. It's much easier to do when you are winning because the other guy trading with you will lose, right? Because he's behind you, obviously. So even if there is a stacked minion wave, it's not going to matter as much. If you're behind, though, and you try to freeze the minion wave, they can actually try to force it because they are stronger than you, right? Because if they're stronger than you and you try to freeze, it will keep you safe, but it's easier for them to break the freeze. So it's easier to hold a freeze when you're ahead, and it's harder to hold it when you're behind. So you're right that you can't always thin the wave, but I was talking about here, he's actually ahead, right? He's actually ahead. The Garen is ahead. What if you freeze on Nasus? Free stacks? Absolutely. Again, melee minion? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway. What would be the play if you're both behind? If both people in the game are behind? No. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. What if we're both behind? Yes. I'm talking relative to the other person in your lane. So relative to the other person, because they're the person who would be if you're behind. So, okay. Hard push and use minion advantage to survive all-ins if you're behind. So what you do when you're behind is here's what happens. You try to freeze it if you're behind. It's harder to hold. If they break the freeze, you try to hard push it, and you have to use your HP as a resource. Now, this really sucks because this sometimes gets you killed because you try to push it to here. Like I'm blue side. I try to push it to here. This is the deadly zone where they can freeze it on me, and I have to like take hits from the Jhin or something to push it all the way to the turret. So I had to use my HP as a resource and plan to back immediately after. So I had to shove it all the way to the turret, and then I want it to bounce off. But if they freeze it right here, then I'm screwed. I'm absolutely screwed if they freeze it right here. So I have to walk up, take like 300, 400 HP worth of damage while I hit minions and kill them, and try to push it to the turret. If they body tank this, I need to punish them for body tanking it and push them to the turret. And then I need to back immediately. Don't sit around, back immediately, recall, get your item, try to get back to lane. If they are trying to freeze it, or if they have like stacked the wave, you now have an item advantage over them. So then you can break the freeze, and then you can get turret damage because they haven't backed yet. So that's how you play that situation when you're behind, is you try to freeze it. If you can't freeze it, you hard shove it into the turret to try and get a back so that you can back. And if they try to freeze it, you have items over them, right? So I'll have like a pickaxe, and he hasn't purchased yet. So that's how you usually do that. How do you set up a freeze as champions that are weak early, like Nasus? Don't hit the minion wave. That's the thing. So don't hit the minion wave. Freezing is all about their wave having more HP than yours. So what you want to do is, the way that you can set a freeze is you either pull things into brush, or... Oh, well, I'll focus on this really quickly. Okay. The Fnatic lazy. If he gets this Q... Oh, no. Oh. He's going to take it. Oh, that was a good kill there. Kinetic actually got it. He set him up for the Karthus. Karthus is going to get that kill. Okay, there's the ultimate from Set. Here comes... Oh, Garen. A few canceled autos there, my friend. But yeah. Anyway. The what is it? The freezing that we were talking about. So if you are setting up a freeze, you either pull minions into the bush, you have them target you and pull them into the bush, or what you do is when you attack an enemy champion, their minions will hit you, so that'll cause a push for you to happen. So if I hit them, their minion wave will hit me, and then mine will hit them. So I will start pushing into them. And if you start doing something like that, you have to push it all the way to the turret. When you push it to the turret, it will actually bounce back, and you can actually make a freeze happen. So the way that it works is it's a push and pull. If you freeze, it'll stay in the same place. If you break the freeze and you hard push and you get it all the way to the turret, then it will bounce back and you'll have an opportunity to freeze yourself. Unless it's like really unlucky and it goes back to the middle of the lane. But typically, if you do it right, you'll be able to have it meet in a position where it's on their side of the map. Or, sorry, it'll push to your side of the map. So this will... Okay, I'm gonna explain this as quickly as possible, okay? Because I don't want this to get like completely bogged down. So what happens when I push a minion wave? I'll use the bottom lane as an example. If I push... Minion waves end up meeting here. If I have a minion wave here and it's stacked against me and I'm blue team, I can freeze it here, right? I can freeze it, thin it out. Don't like leave 3 or 4 caster minions alive, body tank, whatever you can. Keep 3 or 4 caster minions on their side higher than mine, and you'll be able to keep it here forever. Then what happens is if they break the freeze and they shove it to your turret, it will bounce off the turret. The turret will deal damage to the minion wave. And then what's going to happen is an even wave of 6 minions on both sides will now hit here. They will end up here. And so when 6 minions on both sides meet here, because there isn't a minion wave advantage on the right side of this, on the red side, this will actually push this way. And the reason is it takes, let's just say, I don't remember the exact timing. Let's say it takes 22 seconds for your minion wave to get here, but it takes 28 seconds for theirs to get here, right? Because normally, let's say it takes 25 seconds for both of them to meet in the center. Because your minion wave is actually getting here faster, your reinforcements will arrive. So you'll actually have 6 more minions hitting their minions for about 5 to 6 more seconds, which is actually a lot of damage. So this will stack up. They will take about like 500 more damage or 300 more damage on their minion wave because of the few seconds and the 6 minions that you have stacked. And then this minion wave will stack, and you either, if you're blue team, you have an opportunity to fast push and hard push and stack a wave and maybe dive. And if you are red team and you're ahead, you have an opportunity to freeze it. So you have to thin the wave as it starts coming towards you because they're going to have more minions on the blue side if you're red, and then you have an opportunity to do this. So that's how bouncing and freezing works, is if you have an opportunity to freeze it because it's pushed, good. Push it all the way to the turret, you have it bounce back towards you, and you have an opportunity to freeze, but they have an opportunity to fast push, and it goes back and forth. So it's kind of like this thing back and forth of you have an opportunity to freeze, I have an opportunity to push, back and forth. Whoever breaks it, you can bounce it off it and try to get a freeze yourself. So if I'm being frozen against here as blue team, and I'm ahead, or sorry, if it's on my side and I'm ahead, actually, I'll put it here. If I'm blue team and they are freezing on me, I go, okay, screw this, push really hard into the turret, immediately back, get a pickaxe or something, come back to lane. The minion wave will be here, but because I push it to the turret, it'll be 6 on 6. So what'll happen is I don't hit the minion wave. And what'll happen is their minion wave will meet faster, push slowly to here, stack it up, and then I'll get it here, freeze it again, take my big old pickaxe, and start hitting them. And so I'll have an item advantage. And then I'll have a freeze. So they were freezing on me, break the freeze, push, back, get an item, come to here, don't hit the minion wave. Just last hit it, and then it'll push back towards you. And then you go ahead and fight them. But if they are stronger, they can just force trade. So that's the thing, is if they're stronger, you're already screwed up, right? If they're stronger, you're already screwed up, and it's harder to do this. So if they are stronger than me, here's how you do the strategy. Is they're freezing it here, what you do is you do exactly the same thing, but you have to be a little more cautious. Use your HP as a resource. Trade 300, 400 HP, kill their last minions, shove it all the way to the turret. Then I back for pickaxe. If they are already more than a pickaxe higher than me, then wave manipulation at that point is going to be harder to execute. But now I have more damage in my inventory, right? I have more damage in my inventory. By the time I get back, if they backed, they missed out on things, right? They missed out to go purchase. I didn't miss out on anything because I shoved it all the way to the turret. So if they are ahead of me, it'll be harder to do, yes, but you can still do it. And it'll force them, if they're a greedy player, they will stay, and it'll actually mess them up, and then you can get an advantage off of it. So I hope that helps a little bit in terms of wave manipulation. There's a lot that goes into that, but just if you guys want to, you can try bouncing back and forth in a few things. Like, you can do it in practice tool as well. How do I know when I'm ahead? Check inventories. Add them up. Like, right now, it's like, oh, Kate and Jin, oh, they're even, right? So I hope that was helpful, guys. If you want, I can show you a little bit of what that looks like in practice tool later. Just so you get an idea, but if you are behind and enemy is freezing, then you can get bullied and die. Yeah, that's why you have to use your HP as a resource. If the enemy is freezing and you are behind, get full HP, walk back to lane, trade everything. Oh, he's dead now. Oh, he was just trying to help him, man. But yeah. So then what you end up doing is you go back. And you, oh, wait. That's a interesting win wall. Oh, he's dead now. I hate Cassiopeia, man. Cassiopeia is so strong. Oh, he's dead. Nice dive there. Actually, a good dive. Oh, not able to actually pick up that kill. The flash was still up. Echo flash for the Cassiopeia flash. So he got something back there, but Cassiopeia got mega value. So, yeah. How do you attempt to shove it in the turret if they have a superior wave clear? So, if you attempt... So, how do you attempt to shove into their turret if they have superior wave clear? If they start wave clearing, just let them. They'll push it to you. You don't have to do anything then. If you try to shove it to their turret... So if they have superior wave clear, what you do is you thin the wave. So let's say like they kill 6 minions, I kill 3. I kill the melee minions, and then I pull the 3 caster minions to here, right? And then you bring them here. So if they have better wave clear than you, sure, you have to like thin the wave over and over again and constantly attack when it's frozen to stay like even with them. But what you should end up doing is if they have superior wave clear, then it's actually easier. It's actually easier to freeze it if they have better wave clear than you. Because when you're freezing, you don't have to wave clear as hard. You just have to kind of keep your uptime and maybe tank a few like melee shots or sorry, caster shots, but that's it. What if they use that freezing can all in you when you come close? Happens to me a lot versus Aurelius. So that's why top laners do this. That's why. So I'm telling you right now, if you are a top laner, freezing is so important because it pulls the enemy jungle to it at higher levels. And so what happens is, if I'm the Aurelia, like you're talking about Aurelia, right? So if Aurelia's on blue side here. Let's just say Aurelia's blue. And then you have like a poor little like Yasuo top lane over here. What's going to happen is this Aurelia is going to freeze this. And even if you have a minion wave that's a little bit bigger, if he's ahead of you, he's going to freeze it. And what's going to happen is you're going to walk up, try to clear the wave. He's going to like Q to your minion. He's going to start hitting you. And this is a long lane. This is a long lane. And that's one of the things of freezing is if you have a gap closing champion, you can run them down the entire lane. They can't really go after you here. They can't really go after you because there isn't much like room until they get to your turret, and that's about it. They'll get to turret and it's like, oh, okay, like boom, I'm under turret, I'm safe. But you get to chase them all the way down this lane and kill them. So I know exactly what you're talking about. So what you should do is if you're up against an Aurelia like that, you got to use the brush. You got to use the brush really hardcore. You got to use the brush. You got to push this wave, throw all your abilities into it, and then dip into the brush and leave like as fast as possible. You have to like push it to the turret. And if he goes and he like pulls the wave here, you got to back and you got to buy items and you got to buy something that can push him in like ASAP. So it's like you want this to bounce. And I'll tell you guys a story, okay? I'll tell you guys a story. I was playing against Revenge. If you guys don't know who Revenge is, he was like a rank 1 player. He's a Riven. He was a Riven 1 trick. He plays for like FlyQuest Academy now, I believe. And I was playing against him. And I was playing Poppy into Riven, which is a counter matchup. Like Poppy wins that matchup. Level 1. I was like, I'm used to people like fighting for level 2 first, right? Like you like push in the wave and you're like, oh, we're both fighting for level 2 first. Boom. I walked up and I hit a full HP melee minion. So he walked up and he like hit a full HP melee minion. He like hit melee minions twice. And then I walked up and I was like, okay, I'm hitting melee minions. I hit twice. And then I hit a third time. And then I hit a fourth time. And then he backed up. And I went, wait, what? Why is he walking away? And I realized he was like, he baited me into hitting the wave to get it lower so that now my wave will push into him. And what he did is he got level 2 eventually. He got level 2 later than me. Because I got to push the wave and get level 2 first. But the wave pushed to here and he hit level 3 first. And this is a good Riven technique, is hitting level 3 first right here, chasing the person down the lane while they're still level 2. It was actually pretty nuts. He didn't kill me, but it like made me realize that he was setting up a freeze. And then I was playing against, I think it was Chase Shaco, who like was also hovering around this area. So I couldn't even walk up here to like do anything about the freeze. So like if your laner is freezing, junglers, it's great to come there. It's really great to come there and actually like mess this guy up who's trying to break a freeze. So yeah, that's when like I really learned that I suck at top lane, because all it took was, or I guess like I was definitely not as good as like these top level players, because he was able to realize immediately that I had hit the minion wave and taken like 120 HP off the wave more. Because you just think of the minion waves as like a collective HP pool. And I took 120 off, which is enough for it to push towards him. And then he froze it and he got level 3 first, even though I got level 2 first. He got level 3, which is a more important level for Riven, because it's the one where you have all your abilities and can chase people down. Granted, a bottom lane like level 2 power spike is kind of like more important than level 3 most of the time. So it's very important to learn when you should do it, and also how to do it, because all it took was 2 autos for him to realize that I was going to get screwed over and that I wasn't going to be able to ward the top side against this aggressive jungler. If you're a jungler and you see a freeze against you, if you're a jungler and you see a freeze against you, then you should 100% like try to go to that lane and break it. The guy like might like it shows where you are, and that's like kind of sucks, but at the same time it's not gonna get much better than that. Oh, he's gonna ulti? Oh, wait. That was actually smooth, but it's not gonna matter, right? Go over the, yeah. There you go. Ha! Ha! Oh, he wasted their time. He wasted their time. He done did it. Oh my god. And he has the Rift Arrow too. That's actually interesting. So yeah, they'll get 1 plate, and then they'll get 2 more. They could potentially get 3 if they keep their. Okay, yeah, okay, almost. Will they get that one? No, they won't. Okay, they'll just come back for it later. Thoughts on climbing with York? Very, very hard. Unless you're split pushing. You basically play a solo game. Difference between the Echo and me last game is I used Electrocute. Guess who snowballed? No, I know what you mean. It's also his team is behind, so it's harder for him to like get Dark Harvest stacks and stuff too. But you know, oh, nice block, nice block. Good job there with the W. How do I improve on macro? Watch the mini map and think of it as a chess match. If you see somebody one place, they can't be somewhere else. So you know, if I saw Echo top, what can I do as a support here? As soon as Leona knows that Echo's top, she should run into the jungle. Like, people are too lane focused. Stop focusing on your lane. Focus on the entire thing. Like, if I saw Echo top lane here, I would run. Not there. I wouldn't ward there. I would ward here. And I'm not missing out on experience because there's no wave that... And my wave is just getting killed by the turret. What am I doing as Leona? Just, like, run all the way there and drop a ward. Boom. Or drop a ward here, right? Or even here. See, like, both those, if you're scared that he's on this side, if you know he's top side, just go and place a ward over here or here, and you're good. So you should maximize the time that the enemy exposes themselves. Right? It's like, when the jungler shows what side he's on, if you are on the opposite side, like, that's the thing, is people care. When you look at the minimap, you go, is the jungler ganking me? And that's not actually, like, the best way to think of it. You should be like, where is the jungler going? Because if he goes to top side, and even if I'm not the one being ganked, right? I should always be looking at the minimap. If I'm not the one being ganked, and I'm like, he's top side, and I'm bottom side, I actually get action. I actually get priority now. I should be able to, if my jungler's on my side, or even if he's not, I should be able to run into the enemy jungle, have zero fear of running into somebody, like you know, their jungler, and I should be able to place things down and impose my will on the game, which is oh, man. Dead. Oh, he didn't let the Karthus get any piece of that. Come on, man. He was going to get a Dark Harvest stack and everything. Whatever. But yeah, 1000%. Any tips on tracking the enemy jungler as a jungler? Think about what they would want to do, what lanes look juicy, because I'll see somebody trade, and I'll be like, if I were that jungler, I would be there right now. And then immediately, like, you got to start going there. Oh, nice W again. Woo! Good kill, good kill. There's the way. Man, this Cassiopeia is going to get out of control. Ooh. This one's getting dirty. This one's getting dirty. Thoughts of climbing with Rammus? I like Rammus. I think Rammus is really good against all AD teams. If I see an all AD team, I will go ahead and, you know, pick Rammus into that, as long as it's not like terrible in the jungle matchup itself. If I freeze a minion wave on my side on the bot lane, but the enemy jungler comes to attack me, should I pull back? Yes. Yes. They have pulled out. So what you have done effectively, if the enemy jungle comes to break the freeze, you do have to give it up. It is the trump card. But what you just did is you gave... Oh. What you just did, by making a freeze that the enemy jungler had to break, you just gave your top lane a huge priority. Now, they may not use it. But what I just did is I pulled the enemy jungler to my lane. He is now in plain sight. My mid lane and my top lane are not being ganked. I have to give this up. But what the jungler is trading is he is trading his potential to gank mid and top for breaking a freeze bottom. So he doesn't gain much out of it. He splits experience with 2 other people. Or even if he's not splitting experience, he shows himself. He may give up his topside jungle camps. If the enemy jungler sees this, if my jungler sees this, or if I see somebody like trying to break a freeze, I'm immediately going to go into their top side jungle, ward it, take their camps, and then leave and maybe gank somebody on the opposite side of the map. So that's what you should be doing. But the enemy team or the team that set up the freeze, you just bought that for your team. They don't always cash it in, but at least you're buying it for your team, right? Your jungler may not go in and ward. He may not take his camps. He may stay on his side. He may be really scared. Your top laner may not push or use any advantage that you got him. But at least you're getting your team these kind of opportunities. Will you do live classes on EUNE? Eventually, yes. Ooh, the flash away. Which is better, AP or AD Leona support item? I think the consensus is the AP one, right? Is that right? I believe the AP one is considered better for her. Yeah, I think the AP one is considered better for her, just slightly. Oh, this Cassio is just gonna go nuts. Okay, what? Oh, ooh, there it is, there it is, there it is. There's the shutdown. There's the true damage. There's the other one. All right, all right, all right. That's like, oh. Ow. Ow. I think that threw me off because he was level 11, and that was a rank 2 ultimate. Why is Echo building Lichbane's second item? Because he didn't want to get like a proto belt. So some people do that. It's not that great, but I see them do it. I do think proto belt is a little bit better for burst and stuff. Did Karthus buy Blue Pot? If he wants the extra burst in AP, it's not bad to buy an Elixir of Sorcery. It's not terrible. Like, if these things are actually, like, before a big fight, you should buy this. Like, before Baron, you should be buying that. Before, like, 4th Dragon, you should be buying it. Even if, like, because what's going to be better in that, like, fight in the next 5 minutes? Is it better for me to have extra AD or, like, or maybe even like extra HP and tenacity versus a Ruby Crystal? Because winning that fight is more important than me having this item that'll like progress my build, right? The raw stats are better. The way that elixirs work is their raw stats are better than what you could buy for the same price. They're very, very cost effective, but they're temporary. So buying them at the right time is good. Should you sell boots when you're max build? Depends on the champion. If you are mobility dependent, then yes. If you are not mobility dependent, then... I'm sorry, if you're mobility dependent, then no, you don't want to sell them. You want to keep them. So yes, you should keep them. No, if you are low mobility and you like depend on being able to move around. So like a lot of ADs will sell their boots, and sometimes it's right, sometimes it's really bad based on what the enemy is doing. All right, both teams are setting up Dragon. Good. They all kind of like are pushing in here. The red team is behind. Garen is TPing. Echo is pushing the bottom side of the map. That's kind of a miss. The Leona is trying to hard engage. It's stunned onto 2. They're grounded. The Cassiopeia is doing work. Slam dunk into the backline. Where's the true damage? There it is across 2. But that's going to be the sec going down. There's the counter. They just ravaged the backline, and Echo was just not there. And there are the question mark pings. They just question mark ping Echo as he's getting the bottom lane turret with the Rift Herald. So Echo opted to go for Rift Herald bottom lane push to get the turret instead of go for the dragon. Now he's going to try to go for a hero play here, but they're going to stop doing damage to it. Oh, he's got it. No. That was good. That was good. That was good from blue team. They stopped damage on the dragon. I wish my teams would do this. You just stop damage on the dragon and make sure that you that you aren't getting it low so he can steal it. Until he's dead, just stop. Just stop the damage. It's not going to kill you. So. Alright, let's see. It looks like this here bottom lane looks like so important. Well, of course it's really important. It's like it's on the bottom side of the map, and it's like the dragon is one of the things that you really have to focus on. What do you do as a mid laner when bot and jungle in every other game? Focus on top lane then. Gank the top lane. Get the Rift Herald. Use the Rift Herald to get money. Get your top laner really far ahead. and then, you know, you can go to the bottom side and get dragons by yourself eventually. But you can sometimes also, if they're inting, you can wrap behind the bottom lane. But if you're winning and you have wave clear and push, then you should be using that to roam around the map. Any guides available for supports? I think there should be some that are up. Oh, that's a... The Zenith Blade went kind of through the side of it, but okay. Oh, wait, that's a stun on the Cassiopeia. There's the damage. Okay. There's the snap back, but that's... Oh, he's dead, man. That's so much damage. Yeah. The Karthus has the Magi's now. The Karthus gets to hide in the jungle, just clear, and basically press R and just orbital ion cannon this team. The Karthus jungle was like, I don't know. It's such a strange champion to me. My friend plays Karthus jungle, and all he does is go like 9 and 10 in every game, or like 7 and 12 in every game, and he still wins. He just ints for Dark Harvest stacks early, and then he doesn't get Magi's because he just dies all the time. But he actually does really, really well. And I'm like, you're not a good player. You're just a good Karthus inter. And it's like, but it works. You flame them? Wow. That was more damage than I thought it would be as well, but it's because he's got extra items. Okay. Not quite. There's the Rampage. They're just going to be able to just blow him up. Triple kill. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no. That's going to be the Garen. Yoinking that one. Not going to be able to actually connect on that. But this is just a massive advantage here. They're going to go for Baron. And now let's watch how they close this out. Because closing a game out is really important. You need to kind of put the finishing touches on it. They're so far ahead that it should be easy. But we've all had those games where it should be easy to close. Now, the way that they should do it on this team is they should be hard engaging with the Leona over and over again. You don't always have the luxury of, having the engage on your team, and it should, be so tanky and effective. But you should also then use the Caitlyn to just, the Caitlyn should just be setting up traps when you siege. So you just want to go ahead and siege. Okay, Cassio died. But yeah, you want to use the minions to push, the Caitlyn traps to siege, and then you're in a good spot. Let's see. Hopefully he has trap maxed out. Yes, he does. Okay, good. Yeah. So yeah, by the time you hit level 13, you should have it maxed. In fact, like some people put 3-point skew max trap on Caitlyn, because the traps are just the most annoying part of her kit. Is it gonna be a next game? No, this was the 2 games for EU, and then at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, which is in 3.5 hours, we'll be doing some North American games. So, who is better, Echo versus Kha'Zix? It really depends. I feel like my gut is telling me that the... Oh, well, I don't know what that is. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My gut is telling me that the Kha'Zix has like tools to get ahead, but the Echo should be like winning the neutral game. But the Kha'Zix is like able to get ahead. Yeah, it looks like... Okay, yeah, so it looks like Echo is actually one of Kha'Zix's better matchups. Like, one of his better matchups, for sure. Yeah, it's because he's just isolated. He tries to go for those fights. Even if he W's, you have a way to get out of it. So, yeah, Kha'Zix is strong against Echo. So, like I was saying, like, Echo in the neutral game should be able to win it, but I feel like Kha'Zix has like all the tools to get ahead, right? So if it gets to mid game, then like I think Echo's fine, given like if they are both even. But it seems like Kha'Zix just can get ahead earlier, so yeah. Kha'Zix or Karthus? Kha'Zix early. It's basically Kha'Zix early in like all those matchups. I main Ka and I'm playing Echo. Apparently Kha'Zix wins that matchup more often than not. Here first, should they target Karthus or should they target Caitlyn? Ideally Caitlyn. I mean, it's hard to actually execute on this. The Cassiopeia is a big threat too. There's actually like so much damage. There's so much damage. Even if you kill the Karthus, he's still gonna do damage, right? It's basically whoever you can hit. Oh, that Jin's dead. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Now I was thinking about, the Karthus ultimate in these fights. Okay. Oh, can't get on the Cassio. There's the double bubble. Wait a second, but that's still not going to be enough damage. Is Echo going to R back? No. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, you saw that where the traps are. The traps are like in these odd placements. Let's go back just a little bit here. Yeah. So the traps are kind of like here and here to kind of like prevent them from getting in, but it doesn't really, because if you pay attention, you can walk by and walk through them. I kind of like trap placements that are more along the line, like this part here, because that's really where you want to siege. You can place them here. You can place them like I think one of the sneakiest things you can do is place it like on this part right here on the turret, so that they walk behind the turret, then they step on it. It's really deceptive because it's almost impossible to see. Nobody can really answer the Garen in the side lane now. Set can like fight him a bit, but the PD gets a little bit out of control. Okay. Good farming. Okay, nice. What's better, Baron or mid inhib? Baron. Because you can get the mid inhib pretty... So it's like, whichever one is easier for you to get, I guess I would say. Because the Baron will get you the mid inhib, and the mid inhib will make it so that you can get the Baron easier, right? So they both like kind of go after each other, so it's like chicken and egg. But here, with the timing on Baron, I would actually push mid inhib to get the inhib, to make it easier for when the Baron comes up in a minute. So I would ward Baron, I would ward the top side jungle, I would push mid and top, ward the top side jungle, get ready for the Baron, but also get that mid inhib at the same time. So yeah, push down mid and R. Okay. He was dead anyway. He eventually would have gotten him. Push down mid. Exactly. Force it. There you go. Yep. And if they need to, they can rotate to the top side after Garen pushes, or they can go for turrets. Yeah, because they get to kind of profit off the fact that they caught another person. Oh, he's gonna get caught pretty hard. Oh wait, is that gonna kill Jhin? No, okay. I was like, that would be ridiculous if it killed Jhin. I was like, that's when you know you fed. I mean, he's got 22 stacks of Magi's, and he's got death cap. So 29 minutes in, this Karthus is at what, like 700? Is it 700? 645 AP. And they're just going to go for the win here, right? Okay, Leona into the back line. Set gets the true damage. Still not enough, though, and just absolutely obliterated. That's the fastest I've ever seen this set go down. And that just tells you how fed every single person is on the blue team here. So, they're just going to walk this one in. They're just going to take this one home. That was like a big shellacking. They just destroyed him. They just destroyed this game. Like, a lot of this was the snowball off of the fact that the Yasuo was fighting the Cassiopeia early a lot. And then the bottom lane was kind of the Leona and the Caitlyn getting off the bat with like that thing that we talked about, where it was just the melee minion difference, the melee versus caster, which I didn't catch it first either. But yeah, so the Karthus kind of was the beneficiary of a lot of what was going on in the map via his ultimate. He did get the farm, he got a bunch of Magi stacks, he did play it well, but I think like the Cassiopeia and the Leona teaming up to do things mid lane really threw off the Yasuo, and he just didn't have an off button like a lot of Yasuos. So yeah, it does end up kind of becoming a buffet in the mid lane. So you end up having a a bad time because the Cassio does a lot of damage, and then you end up having the Caitlyn who's getting fed off bottom stuff. It's an absolute disaster when it goes this like this is kind of like this is a game where you reach a point where you'll feel like it's really unwinnable because there's just so much damage on the other side, and you guys just can't stop but be forced on because they don't really have a way to stop the Leona from going in every single time with her ultimate. The Yasuo has to put down a wind wall, but that's about it. And that cooldown is much longer than the cooldown of Leona's E. So you're at the mercy of this team, and you have to sacrifice objectives. They have better siege. They have better wave clear because you don't really have wave clear. It's kind of like echo, and that's it. They have way more like engaged too. So it's hard to do anything against this team once they get ahead. The way that you would beat them is you would have to get like a big combo of something like a Nami Bubble, Yasuo, R. And we're talking in a neutral state, not anything like, these guys are behind yet or something, So, all right, let's check that. Yeah. So, yeah, the Caitlyn actually did a lot of damage for being a Caitlyn for sure, because he's supposed to poke and all that stuff. But like the Karthus will usually do the most damage in the game by a mile, but he didn't. And the Cassio is kind of the same thing. So the big shout out to the Caitlyn on that one. All right. We went over. So these streams are only supposed to last until about like noon. And we went from 10:30 to 1:15 on my time. So this lasted about an hour and 15 minutes longer than, it was scheduled to. So just because like I just enjoy these games. I enjoy talking with you guys. I enjoy answering your questions. We're going to be back in 3 hours and 15 minutes to do another stream. That's going to be North American focused. It's going to be, we're going to be looking at like iron and bronze games, which is going to be a ton of fun. Not because we like laughing at you guys, but because we like to look at all these mistakes and be like, okay, what could they do better here? And it's kind of like it's a smorgasbord of like things that you can improve on, and that's really like very easy to see things too. So I absolutely love watching bronze and iron games. They're my favorite, to be honest. Like I actually really like watching challenger games, but I really like watching those games too. So we'll be doing that in 3 hours and 15 minutes. It'll be the same channel, same place. This has been the ProGuides live stream. If you guys want to follow the channel and subscribe, please do. Like I said, we'll be back very shortly later today at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, which is just 3 hours and 15 minutes away. And we'll be doing more of these games. You guys can participate if you're on the North American server. We'll be pulling people from the chat. And honestly, it's going to be an absolute blast. I had a blast here already. I hope you guys, appreciated that we were doing something for Europe. We'll be doing more in the future. We hear you guys. We aren't just a North American, focused company. So I just want to let you guys know. So I hope you guys have a good night if you're in Europe. I hope you have a good afternoon if you are in North America. I hope you also join us later in 3 hours and 15 minutes for that last stream of the day. So I hope you guys had a good night. Have a good one, and I'll see you later.